Oh, that was adorable.
All right. We're live, right? All right.
This is
What
it, man.
do you guys think?
We did it. We
Pretty
did
cool, right?
Do you like it?
it.
Dude, we just went to Guitar Center twice because they don't do Apple Pay at Guitar Center apparently. And you know what the guy said to me when I went back? He's like the guy at Guitar Center was a little kind man, but he was a little freaky. He was like, "Oh yeah, the no Apple Pay probably cost me about $5,000 in sales per week."
That's
I was like,
insane.
How much is it to upgrade it? In my head, I was like,
Well, they're not. The store is obsolete.
Yeah.
Now,
No, the
so they're
problem
not
is
putting,
your experience in there is not good enough to come back.
Well,
We
they're not.
just
They're not
happen
putting
to
any
need to
money
go
into
back.
those. They're
no,
not
but
putting
I'm
any.
dude, they're costing themselves so much by not upgrading to that thing.
Yeah, probably.
And thank God, pretty much everybody has. Like, it used to be like a 50% chance you were going to pay with Apple Pay. Now I don't even bring my wallet places.
85% paying with Apple Pay.
I'm about there.
I
too.
don't. There's no point in pulling out the card if you don't need to.
I have a question for you guys. Do you, Johnny doesn't drive anymore. Do you sit on your wallet when you drive?
I keep my wallet in my front because right now the wallet that I have is a
Okay, my thighs
Ridge.
are way too
it's
big to even.
it's
think
like a
about doing
Velcro
that.
triple fold, and I got made fun of that, and then Andrew has one too. Andrew also has a Velcro
Way to throw him
wallet.
under the bus.
You don't put your Velcro wallet in your back pocket, do you? I do. Oh,
Whoa,
Okay.
Shit.
And you drive with it?
that's like sitting on like a.
So that thing's got a lot of miles in it.
No, I take it out when I drive.
Okay, nobody
He
can hear
takes
you.
it
by
out
the way.
when
he
he
takes it out
drives.
when he drives. We set limiters, so
Okay.
there's no way anybody's hearing what Andrew's saying.
Should we talk a little bit more about the set?
yeah, Johnny, this is mostly your work.
Undisclosed location,
We're-
but yeah.
Oh
this is
yeah. For the audio listeners, we're in it's like a crazy.
Pee Wee's Playhouse-esque kind of vibe
It's
with
because of me?
with what?
Am I the Pee Wee's
No,
Playhouse? guy?
no. All the there's lots of totchkes and lights and little
The hell's a
flashing
tchotchke?
things. Tchotchkes?
Yeah.
Knickknacks?
It's
trinkets?
cool because Johnny's
Did
just
you
been
know
a,
what tchotchkes meant, Andrew? I know he
You've
didn't.
never heard
Spell it.
tchotchkes?
How do you spell it?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway,
Knickknacks?
There's
Trinkets?
knickknacks. Yeah.
and Johnny's been a trinket
Lights?
guy like
Yeah,
as long as I've known him. Look
I
how
didn't
many
even
all
realize
his
it.
phones are just memories.
Trinkets.
And he
Oh.
keeps them because he used to text his ex-girlfriend that he's still in love with on them.
I was gonna say,
Whoa.
John, every 4 years, Johnny boots up that iPhone 4 and just scrolls through the
Yeah,
old
reliving
messages.
memories. No, I can't. I don't
Too
even know
painful?
which one it was.
Dude,
No,
it's-
I haven't done that in
Wait,
forever.
which one was what?
That's like keeping
I don't know
drugs in
which-
the house, dude. Like if you're trying to get off drugs,
I
you
haven't
don't-
even
you
tried
just
to
flush
boot any
them.
of them in years.
I don't know.
Okay, well we can do that live on Patreon.
Yeah.
John,
watch me
our
cry.
first Patreon
Yeah.
episode, Johnny reads texts with
And
high
cry.
school girlfriend.
I just cry a bunch.
That actually
Yeah.
would be funny.
That'd be funny.
And Matt, like looking at the way that you communicated as
I
a
would
baby,
I would not want
so
to do
fucking
that.
embarrassing.
I'm
I
very
remember I used
fragile
to
as
be
it
like,
is right
this
now.
person's fun to text. Like, you know, like I, don't
I
know if
fucking
like-
hate texting.
Yeah, I won't even text anybody anymore. I think
hate
Joa
texting.
still kind of
I
text.
text.
We'll
He's a
argue over
texter.
text. I won't even fucking
I'm a
engage.
FaceTimer. We keep
I know.
drifting off of like our
Johnny-
our new
It doesn't matter.
stuff.
I mean, they see
because
it.
I want to.
They see it. You guys see
Yeah,
it, right?
I guess
It's
we'll-
cool. Just zoom in.
Yeah.
And how do we sound?
I mean,
Hopefully we sound
Andrew,
This
fucking
is-
how
awesome.
do we sound?
Guys, this is like
He gave us a thumbs up. guys.
we every single thing we were putting off, we just knocked it out like in the last month.
Yeah.
We got a set here. We have lights. We have 3 microphones, and I'm gonna upgrade my microphone. 3 microphone stands. We have a Chodecaster number 2.
Yep. It's
We
got
have an
light up buttons.
Andrew, and Andrew's here. We're all here in the
Hey,
same
Andrew,
fucking
we have
room.
hit
Peter,
something on
too.
that. Hit,
Yeah,
hit
we have
something on
Peter,
that
too.
soundboard over there. Song that
Are
I
you
like.
just censoring us? Is it, oh,
No,
we
we
need to.
don't-
All right,
we don't
we
have
got to get
headphones.
some
We don't
sound
know what he's
effects.
doing over there,
Okay.
so let's just hope he's not making us look like fools.
We got to get some sound effects.
What else did we get? We got our first ever, and maybe our only ever.
How were we able to afford all this? Is what everybody's wondering.
we got our
And
first sponsor.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Our first sponsor is Joa's credit card. Our second sponsor. Our second sponsor, which is an actual sponsor.
Actual sponsor. That's how we
Johnny's
got.
parents. I'm just kidding.
That would be sick.
Friends at Ranch Spirit.
Ranch Spirit.
It's a nice bougie ass liquor store in Costa Mesa, California. If you guys are ever at a Mesa Park, if you know where that is,
Volcom Skate Park,
Volcom
Costa
Skate
Mesa.
Park.
It's nearby, so if you want to, I
I
don't
have
know,
the
get some
address here,
shooters
too.
and then
If you
fall
te-
hard.
Dude, if you tell them World Genius sent you, they'll give you at least 10% off.
At least.
Okay.
I've heard 10, I've heard 15, and I've heard 20% off. Depends on who's there, really.
Yeah.
Maybe even 0%. off.
The catch is you got to find one of the cool looking dudes that works
Yeah.
there. If it's like somebody that doesn't look like they would know what World Genius is, just don't even do it. They might be like, "Why are you boys giving out discount codes to
Yeah.
podcasts?" But yeah, it's a great deal. They have an amazing alcohol selection, and
Really,
they actually
like-
have like pretty much grocery store pricing on hard
It'll-
liquor,
dude, it'll
which
be
is
grocery store after you use that goddamn World Genius.
Yeah,
code.
tell
yeah,
them
no.
World
And
Genius sent
after
you,
your
please.
promo code, after your World Genius promo code, you're definitely getting better deals than you'll find anywhere
And
in Costa Mesa.
You're supporting a small business. You're not going to Ralph's. You know, Ralph's doesn't need any more money.
And
The
it's a
reason-
good vibe in there too. They do a bunch of like free testings and stuff. I get off work and I kind
Free
of go,
testings.
yeah, like tastings.
I've never
Tastings.
felt so
Yummy.
comfortable at a liquor store.
Yeah, you can just go hang out there. They're chill dudes.
They
too.
like
it's
to,
three of my
to
really
paint
good
the,
friends
the
work
scene.
there.
They have like this big marble countertop. This is like the nicest liquor store you'll ever go in. Best prices, great guys.
And if you go in there and tell them World Genius sent you, they'll keep giving us stuff to drink on the pod, which would be
Yeah, they
awesome,
gave
too.
us. They're hooking us up, guys. We don't have to pay for booze anymore.
2651 Irvine Avenue, Costa Mesa, California.
Show
Go
up.
there.
Tell them who
World
sent
Genius
you.
sent you.
Buy if you can't drink. Then do they have things for children there?
Yeah, they
you know
have
what?
got energy drinks.
Just see what happens.
They've
We
got-
don't know.
If
They've
you're
got-
12 years old,
Wait,
get
they've
in
got
there and
Prime
buy an energy
They've
drink.
got Prime. They've got Prime there.
Dude, I hate Prime Energy.
I've
I'd
never
actually
tried it.
like to talk about my disdain for Prime Energy.
But we're gonna drink. We're gonna drink to the new studio. We're gonna drink to
to
our
Joe's
good
sobriety,
health.
of course.
We're gonna drink to Joe's sobriety on this episode.
Bad timing, man. Bad timing.
I'm not happy about it. Okay, I'm not drinking because when I drink, it makes me go crazy the next day, and so I don't really want to drink. That's kind of the problem.
It was hard for me to drink today. Last night we went to our friend's birthday bash,
We did.
which you don't really like.
I wish
at
I could have been
this-
drunk for that one.
Yeah,
dude.
but we ended up going to some bullshit ass brewery, and I drank
That
their
part was kinda fun.
their pilsner, and you know what? You drink these beers from these breweries, and then you just end up with a massive migraine the next day. So I don't know what the fuck they're mixing.
I don't know if it was that or that you just drank a bunch.
It really wasn't that much.
Dude, you guys were drunk.
On a Wednesday night, I can drink 5 fucking Pacificos and wake up at 4 in the morning the next day.
Damn, did that happen this week?
No, it's usually 4.
Do you pick like
Okay,
I want to hear.
Here's what I've been doing.
Yeah, let's hear it.
If I'm having a long week, it's football season now.
Yeah, that's the excuse to
Thursday night
week drink.
football. This week it was supposed to be a good game. Thursday, everybody that watches football knows Thursday night football games are usually dog shit. This was a good matchup in theory, so I did buy a 6-pack on my way home. Drank 4 of them.
4?
All
Yeah.
right, let's do a toast
Yeah.
real quick to new beginnings
Wow.
Cheers, boys.
and to
Shout out to
Ranch
Andrew
Spirit.
back there. Andrew's back there. Peter's on the camera. Shout out to Peter.
You, Peter.
Yeah, this is fucking everything here, guys. We did this all today and 2 weeks ago also.
Damn, they just shook hands back there. They dapped each other up.
That was so
They're
cool.
like, "Fuck, we're killing it over here."
I've been working on the set for a while. Though.
Best interns
It
in the
looks.
game.
I mean, it looks good. Honestly, it might be Peter's angle, but it looks even better on camera than it does in real life.
Yeah. No, I'm like blown away
By how good you did.
by how good everyone did. This is like it's like actually better than expected for sure.
I mean, I think Colin said it, but it's like once you get the mic stands in here, it really changes things up.
Yeah, I feel like $1 million.
All right, nice.
This is insane, you guys.
Thanks to you guys.
Thank you guys.
We have to thank you guys.
Thank you
You
guys for
guys.
all those YouTube ads you've been watching. Have almost covered none of this. You've been watching those for no reason. They're giving us nothing.
I think this. I think things are going to start looking up
This
for
this
us.
is gonna
though.
slingshot. This is gonna slingshot us. I think
Yes.
in our motivations to do more and produce more for you guys.
I know. Well, we're all local too.
Yeah.
Like Johnny used to not live close by. Johnny got out of New York just in time because it fucking flooded.
It flooded,
and
and I
Johnny was a
lived in a
basement,
basement,
dweller.
yeah.
So he
So-
would have been very screwed.
I would have been dead.
I don't believe the flood.
Damn.
Every time they
Here
say
comes Colin.
they always go, New York City is flooding, and then they show one intersection that flooded, and I go, okay, that intersection probably flooded. The whole city isn't underwater right
I
now.
don't know. I saw some videos of the subway and it looked
Okay,
quite
Yeah.
well,
wet.
you need to
my
send
old
me
work-
those because then I won't have these crazy takes.
Then my old work like closed down.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
For
I'm
days,
sorry,
I'm
guys.
pretty sure.
I'm not afraid to walk. that
I
take.
like Colin. You're keeping everybody in check though.
Yeah.
Just making sure everybody
A
knows their
skeptic.
shit.
Everyone needs a skeptic.
Yeah.
I don't want to fall for the New York City's flooding shit. Like, you know,
Speaking of skeptics, though,
if I took a pic-
and
oh,
speaking of the party that we were at last night,
Oh, here we go.
this
there
is
was a
crazy.
dude there that I recognized from, unfortunately, debating Destiny. The guy's name is
You should explain yourself, Johnny.
Johnny's a Destiny watcher
I was a
guy.
I am. I do
No,
watch
Johnny's
Destiny still.
a content consumer.
I do.
Long form content all day, sitting in bed with his feet up in the air, kicking them
Mm-hmm. air.
and watching a
Yeah.
debate.
I do like watching debates a lot. I used to a lot more, but I watched Destiny debate.
Johnny doesn't jack
guy.
off. He just watches
I know
debates.
he has so
Yeah.
much time
He
to
also
watch stupid shit on
bizarrely
YouTube.
never takes his shoes off.
Well, I want.
I think
well,
that's
I
part
thought
of the
that
reason
was
why he
weird,
never jays
too.
off.
Is it because it matches your outfit?
Yeah. Well, I wanted. It's a whole thing. I wanted to look nice.
Why is your katana white then,
I don't know, man.
dude? You should call that katana the Pete Davidson.
Whoa.
That's fucking huge.
Okay, but Dick
Wow.
Masterson is at the bar last night.
Uh huh.
Dick Masterson,
Pull up
from
a
what I
photo of
remember,
Dick Masterson, Andrew, in post, please.
I haven't seen him in a while, but or I haven't seen
What?
the debate in a while, but
Since the last meetup, you fucking freak.
but he I'm pretty sure he's like alt-right adjacent, or at least was. I'm not sure
He's
what his
banned off
politics
YouTube.
are now. He is banned on YouTube. He's definitely in the shady parts of the internet. We'll
He's on
circle back to
Rumble.
that. But they were doing some sort of meetup of his fans and stuff. They had people wearing his merch there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
there was a
didn't see that.
weird guy wearing like a Proud Boys hat and like his merch
Ooh,
and
no,
stuff.
later on in the night, the real weird sickos
Oh
started
my
showing
god,
up.
the cowboy. That was terrifying.
Okay, but we'll get to
We'll
that.
get there.
We'll get there.
But so I start talking to our friends about it, and I'm like, this guy is like, this is like some weird like racist alt-right meetup group. They were all like these tubby white guys that were like, none of them had a jaw, you know. They were all just the worst kind of guys. And I was telling them I want to say something to him. I
didn't think you were
gonna
gonna
fuck with
do
him
it.
a little bit. So I got a couple drinks in me, and the main guy, Dick Masterson, was walking to the bathroom, and I stopped him. And I go, hey.
He walked right past. You didn't walk up to him. He walked
Yeah.
past you, and you took the opportunity.
I tapped him. I said, hey, shame there's no racist games in here. Am I right? We're in a barcade.
Important detail.
he skips past like any normal person that like you would ask that to would be like, why would you ask me, or why would you say that to me? He skips all of that and he goes, are you sure? Creature of the Black Lagoon pinball sounds pretty racist to me. Kind of a good retort. To
That
be
he
honest
was-
with you,
he was warmed
it was
up.
within
Yeah.
like his eyes twitched, like he was quick.
he was
found-
darting around
He
for any
found the
racist.
racism in the room within half of a second.
It was
That's why he's making a lot of money.
oh yeah, but we were looking at his stats on Rumble. He gets like 88 views. His Patreon, he's making 17K a month. He's got that racist money.
Dude. The few, the proud, the racist Patreon people.
Yeah, pretty crazy. But throughout the night, I talked to
And we also have a crazy twist at the end, guys. We're changing directions with this podcast.
I talked to a couple more of the guys.
Just
There was
kidding,
one
just
guy in a
kidding.
suit. I was talking about because I was trying to figure out more about what was going on at the event. So I was like, "Hey, is this some sort of meetup? I've seen this guy Dick Masterson online before. I feel like I've seen maybe one of your other guys in this crew. Is this some sort of meetup?" And he goes, "Oh, where have you seen him?" And I was like, watching Destiny. He like cringed and was like, he didn't hiss, but in my mind, that's what he did on the inside. I was like, he was like, "Oh, well, it was nice meeting you or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, go return to your nefarious activities." And he was like, "Oh, will do."
And he went,
Yeah, but he was a little creepy guy.
Johnny was stoked on this guy.
Yeah,
I just want to say.
this was it was
I've-
an awesome part of the
Yeah,
evening.
Johnny
I
was
thought it was
just
like an interesting.
trolling IRL.
Yeah,
He
it
had
was-
this big smile on his face every time he'd do something to these guys. But continue.
He was a magnetic figure. I don't know. I'm not familiar with his content per se, but I couldn't stop looking at him. He was just the way that he stood.
He had these flip flops on
Yeah.
with the reddest feet I've ever seen. I don't know what would cause that. I don't know if he's not from California and he's
Drunk?
like
getting his
trying to
bitten
get-
by
yeah.
bugs on his feet outside.
He
That
turned-
place sucked, by the way.
That was a terrible.
I do
place.
think it is funny
82
to
one of
have
the worst nights of my
like
life.
an alt-right meetup and then pick a barcade.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
It's so
that's,
funny.
I don't know where you would meet, but that I don't know. That seems like a pretty logical place.
Yeah, it made sense for them.
it did, and it also made sense for our friend's birthday.
Why we were there?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That place fucking. What was it called? 82.
82. Yeah,
Our
don't go
friend
there.
turned
Yep.
28, and it was the inverse.
Don't go there.
Yeah,
Um,
that wasn't unplanned, by the way. I was the first
I
person to
know.
bring
Johnny
that up
discovered that fact.
to him.
That place sucked. The fucking dude, the bar situation. Also, why did they have? We'll get off of this in a second, but why did they have like just 1,000 square feet of outdoor space that was reserved for no booze, and then like they had I don't know like 400 square feet of space that you could drink booze in. So there's just a massive courtyard that was empty with a fucking
And there was
Chun-Li and
nowhere
Hulk
to
mural.
sit. It was miserable.
Yeah,
It
that
must
place
have
was
been
lame.
I
some
was on
sort
my
of
feet
zoning
all
thing
day.
for the
Yeah.
alcohol. It must have been some sort of zoning thing where they couldn't
Probably,
have
yes.
alcohol in that zone because I
Well,
think
they
it was a
should.
driveway. I think it was technically a driveway, and I think they couldn't probably have alcohol in there.
Dude, I'll tell you,
Well,
dude.
they need to figure that shit out.
That's the
'cause
meddling
my
government,
knees
man.
hurt from
Yeah.
standing.
That's the meddling government.
There was a couple of more really scary guys. The Proud Boy guy was wearing he was a Proud Boy hat, and for those of you who don't know, the Proud Boys are like a
They're
kind
done.
Of
They're
alt-right. They were involved.
Their guy got
heavily in
sent to
the-
jail, the main
yeah.
guy.
They were involved
He's
heavily in
toast.
the January 6th stuff, but he was wearing a Proud Boy hat and a Dick Masterson like flaming shirt.
Mm-hmm.
He was pacing because Dick, the main guys, kind of left. They kind of left.
Their
at-
leaders
the leaders left.
abandoned them. And
Yeah.
they were all just the weird, like most autistic and most racist looking ones were just like ants, like when you freak them out and they're like running and they run into a wall and then they're like
Literally
darting around.
scrambling when they left.
were looking for them, but they weren't like socially tooled enough to be able to like play things off cool.
Yeah.
Like you could clearly see that they were lost without their leader. The whatever the fuck Queen Ant was dead.
Yeah, the one there was
Dick
one
Master
dressed.
was gone.
There was one that was dressed up as a little cowboy. He was
Oh
a
my
small guy,
God.
and he was dressed up as a cowboy, and he was walking around like aimlessly, circling, literally like circling, just looking
He was
for
making
people.
a lap every 45 seconds he would walk by us.
Like
then I
right
saw him
behind us. It was scary.
I saw him power walk towards the corner of the pinball room. He gets to the corner, stops, looks at his phone while he makes a turn, and then just looks up and just starts speed walking the other way. It was so bizarre.
Scary.
And we're going to get to the conclusion, which was Johnny's greatest prank of the evening.
So we're in downtown LA, and there's still like maybe 10 of these guys left at the bar. 2 of the guys that were kind of like, they were kind of buffer guys, like the Chads of the group, but still underlings because they were still there. They weren't invited to wherever the leaders went to. I go up to them and I go, hey, just so you know, I heard a couple of guys, black guys, talking that they
Andrew,
know
censor that.
they know what's going on here. They know about your guys' meetup, and they're not happy about it. and the guy goes, why should I care? Why should I care about that? I said, I'm just letting you guys know I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm just letting you guys know they're not happy. And then I left.
I miss dude, I was in this fucking barcade for an hour and a half, like miserable, and then apparently right as I leave, there was a bunch of action. I went to go outside with my lady to go to the taco truck, and like all of the night's events transpired within like a 15-minute window, and I was gone. I missed all of this.
Johnny has this like certain smile he makes when he does like something naughty and funny, and his face was like he like after he did it, he like walked away and he was so happy. Right after he pranked these guys, he was like,
Dude, I thought
And
when
then
you said his
I was so nervous. I was like scared.
No. I thought when you said his prank of the night, like his best prank of the night, I thought you were going to talk about the brewery afterwards.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah? Are we going to get to that? Are we going to get to that? To Johnny's little trick?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Wait.
Yeah. I think we should
Okay.
discuss that little trick you pulled on Colin, dude.
We'll talk about it, but ultimately, I decided to not get revenge. I was gonna put like a Slim Jim in his drink tonight or something.
You were going to make him break edge over that?
Wait. Whoa.
That's
you
kinda
who
gnarly.
told you? Who snitched?
I
I
snitched on
figured
you.
it out pretty
snitched?
quick.
No,
I was just
I
pretending like I
snitched
thought
on
Andrew did it to make you.
No,
All right, well,
he didn't know.
first,
Okay.
He didn't know.
well, first I was gonna.
Let's
make
tell them what
you-
happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is actually really fucked up. And
It was pretty funny.
this is
It
actually.
was
I'm
funny
not
because
very
it was
happy
just like
about
such
this.
a fried thing to do. Johnny was like wasted, and he comes up to me. He's like, I put an arcade coin in Colin's drink, and I look over, and there's just a fucking beer, and it looks like you put
It's
like a little
fizzing.
seltzer
Yeah,
in the bottom
an
of it.
Alka-Seltzer?
Yeah, because it was
It was
just in the very
bubbling.
bottom, and nonstop bubbling. I was like, dude, that's all of like the fucking nerd germs evaporating, being dissolved off of that
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Dude, once I saw, I did my last sip before I noticed the fucking coin. And after that, I
It was
swear
hard to
to
see.
God, until 1 p.m. today, I didn't mention it because I was gonna like quietly get revenge later. We ended up having to go to Guitar Center 15 times today, so I didn't have time to fucking plan revenge. Like,
You went once.
yeah, but it was still like when you were
The
going,
fact you
I
knew
was
that someone else was gonna
I
have to
was
go back?
ready to go when you went without us that second time. So
Yeah,
it was
I
like
get it.
exhausting.
Yeah, I was amazed
Hey,
you volunteered.
Colin,
Actually,
I think just.
Anyways, I had that taste in my mouth until 1 p.m. today, and I wasn't sure. I was not sure if it was ever gonna go away, and I was like, "What if I just have some like bacterial lung disease now, like, and I just die?" Like, I was like, if that happened, like, I was imagining some sort of
Bacterial
like
lung disease.
some sort of Last of Us kind of visuals coming from my mouth.
I think ever since the wedding, I have just I've been in a pranking mood again.
Dude,
Oh
Johnny's
my
been pranking.
God, we need to talk about
There's
weddings.
Here's
The
a fucking
wedding.
mindset change from Johnny.
The wedding was amazing.
Pranks are cool. Pranks are cool. Weddings, super cool.
We went to all of our friends' wedding, all of us except
Everybody
for Peter.
but Peter.
Peter
our
wasn't there.
camera
Peter
guy.
wasn't
He
there.
was not there.
It was very limited guest
That's pretty
list.
fucked up though, actually.
I was
that he
actually
didn't invite
surprised
Peter.
Andrew was
Colin
there.
loves Peter. We've had a magical
does
night
love
in the
Peter.
shed. We have I have photos right back there of
He
all
does
of
love
us
Peter.
together.
Colin and
Dude,
Peter connect in a
you know
way that I
what's-
didn't expect.
I think
Yeah.
Peter.
Well,
yeah, I
they're
think if
both
he
silent.
remembered you like a week before he was doing the invites, because there's guys I like a lot, but they need to be like you.
He said he hardly knows him, but that doesn't matter. You guys, also Andrew
doesn't-
hardly knows him.
Yeah, but I text him like I would call him once a week.
That's how you
Oh.
did it. That's
They
how
would
you
call
did
once a
it.
week, apparently.
Well, Andrew's good at getting himself invited because when we told him about this arcade birthday party, I said, Andrew, we're going to an arcade birthday party on Friday.
is at the wedding.
Go tell the birthday boy that you like arcades. And he walks over 5 minutes later and goes, I got invited. I'm pretty sure that's something.
Did
how
Julian
you-
not see through that
No,
scheme?
no,
He just
no.
walked. He's having a birthday party in an arcade, and Andrew says, "I like arcades." And Julian says, "What fortuitous fate this is."
It was stupider. I said, hey, it's a long time since I've seen you. We should hang out sometime. I know a really great arcade in Pasadena. And he said, Friday.
Whoa.
Well, okay.
That's awesome.
They couldn't hear that, right?
Probably not.
Okay, so Andrew said, "I know a great arcade in Pasadena," and invited him to hang. So you cloaked it a little bit better than "I like arcades." That would have been funny though.
I think
Okay,
that is
if
pretty
you
much
walk
what
up-
you did. You just added a couple of details.
Dude, Peter
But yes.
Peter walks up to Colin Schlesinger. He just calls him. He's like, "Colin, I
weddings."
love weddings. I have been thinking about weddings a lot."
I love white dresses. I love flowers. I love Taylor Swift.
Last song, dude, that ended a bit early. That's the only complaint.
10
They
p.m.
did.
on the
They
dot.
did 15 songs.
Yeah, little short.
They
on the
were all
songs,
bangers.
but-
What was the one I really liked? I was like, what song is this? What song is this? Somebody Shazam this. Somebody Shazam this. I wrote it down in my notes. Not my show notes, my personal notes. This is a song you guys should all go listen to. Let's see what we got.
Any minute now.
I feel like this-
Starry Eyed.
Oh, the dubsteppy mix one.
It's so cool.
I like that song too.
It was beautiful.
Beatrix didn't know that song. 'Cause
Neither
she's
did
young.
I, for some
Dude, you know the
reason.
sexiest thing about my young girlfriend is that when we were when we were at the arcade, when you type your name in on this racing game and then you put in your birthday. Her birthday was not available on the arcade
yeah.
machine. I was
That's
like,
funny.
oh my god, this is so hot right now.
Yeah.
Cut off at 99, I think.
Yeah, it was
They should
99.
have just stopped making people after 99, in my opinion. Sorry, guys.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just making jokes.
Good joke. Good joke.
Anyways, yeah, that's the best song I've ever heard in my life.
Not that young.
In
just so
that
you guys know.
context, the second best song I've
But
ever heard in
young
my life,
still.
given context, was "Love Story" by Taylor Swift that they played at
Beautiful.
9:57. With the last 3 minutes of the night, they used it wisely. Everybody sang along on the dance floor. It was fucking awesome.
Beautiful.
But the coolest
No
thing
rap,
about weddings,
right?
Mm-mm.
no rap,
No rap.
no rap at a wedding.
I don't agree.
Jesus,
I would have rap at my
Whoa.
wedding.
I'm just kidding.
Some of the
Dick Masterson over here.
I know, Dick Master,
Okay, rap at my wedding. Let's see how it goes. Let's just
Dick Caster,
okay.
Chodecaster.
Chode-
Coolest
Caster
part about
too.
any wedding is the speeches. And a crazy twist is that my sister's getting married in like 5 months.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna have to give a speech.
Yeah, you've already started thinking about that now.
Do you guys like take me as a good wedding
No,
speech
you're
guy?
gonna crumble. You better drink a bit before. I think.
Okay. What do
Maybe-
you think, Johnny?
okay.
You should get crazy, I think.
I
with
think
it.
I have a high ceiling, a
Mhm.
low floor.
yeah.
Yeah,
You might hit both.
Hit
I
or
think
miss. You're-
during the speech.
It's
well,
a-
I mean, I'm doing this fucking podcast thing. I should technically be able to speak in front of people.
it's going to be a feast or famine kind of situation.
I
The
definitely
problem
agree.
here's my real kryptonite here is that I cry.
Oh, you
That's
think
good-
you're gonna
that's gonna be
cry?
good.
That's that
No,
can
no,
totally score you points.
But like
start
our-
whimpering on
too
the
much.
mic.
The groom's brother, he cried about 5 minutes into his speech. My problem is my dad's
Wait,
like
what speech?
Colin's older brother. He gave a speech.
He cried 5
Oh,
minutes.
oh,
into
that's
sing.
who you're talking about. Okay.
and
okay.
he had this beautiful speech.
It was incredible.
He's 10 years older, and he got emotional when he like basically said like, you know, when you realize that like your younger brother's 10 years younger than you, and you have so much to learn from him, and
You look up
know,
to him now.
Yeah, you look up to him,
Beautiful.
and he was like he loved his brother so much, and he just started fucking crying.
Mm-hmm.
And me, my problem is like whatever I'm saying in the moment isn't gonna make me cry. It's like because my dad's like a rock. My dad's like a fucking beast. You know, he's like a martial artist, construction stud, like crazy poker face. You know, like,
Oh my
He's got it all.
yeah,
got it
he's
all.
the stud.
He's got
But my
great
dad
one-liners.
cries
Mm-hmm.
when
That's
it
good.
comes and my cry trigger is my dad being emotional. That shit makes me crumble. I'm almost about to cry right now. I'm not even fucking kidding.
Thinking about your dad.
Yeah, thinking about my dad being emotional is like the only thing that can make me cry. Like I'm not even kidding. It's like oh shit, like there's no more rules and there's no more structure to all this anymore.
Dude, the
drugs
fucking
aren't
pack
stopped.
leader is showing emotion.
Yeah,
you now have the green light.
Yeah, it's not even a green light. It's like fucking it's like a green light, but we're like drag racers. It's like fucking tears.
That's what I'm
tears-
gonna name my
First one to
katana.
throw up
I'm gonna
wins.
name my katana Dad's Emotions.
Wow. Dude, I think a lot of people, I think when you're doing like a speech and people cry at the speech, I think it's like, yes, there's beautiful moments, but I do think a lot of it is like the pressure as well. You're just like freaking out. You're like, and oh God. And then I get scared after people start crying because I'm like, is he going to finish this?
Well, my dad's already said he's gonna cry during his speech,
Oh, he let
so
you
I'm
know?
trying to go first.
Yeah, you got to go first before your dad.
I'm trying to
for
go
sure.
first. I've been watching it. I think this
you
is
should
a
keep
good.
it light.
This
then.
is some
You should keep
good
it light
content.
if you're going first.
You guys should watch wedding speech videos on YouTube. It's a good little rabbit hole to go down one night, maybe at 10:45 p.m. and you have to wake up really early. I guess for some of you guys that would be like 2 a.m. For me, that's 10:45. That's like too late for me. I wake up really early. So
Blah, blah, blah.
yeah, you guys should watch these videos. They're fun to watch. So they're all kind of the same thing. I'm not into like fratty, roasty, like
Well, what's
I'm
your
the
strat then,
shitty.
dude? What's your strat?
Well, I think that what
What's
I've
your angle?
taken from this is you have to. I think you have to like give your own. You have to share your perspective on the two of them, or you have to give your own perspective. You can't just like say
You have
nice
to judge
things.
them.
Yeah.
And I do have good things to say about my sister and funny things. I'm funny sometimes. And I have good things to say about him. So it's just gonna come down to my preparation, me avoiding crying.
This
And
is like a therapy moment. Like,
No,
I feel like
but
Colin's
here's-
really worried about
this is something I'm
speech.
extremely worried about. And the last thing, the X factor, the reason I think this is going to go really well is that I have this JBL Party Box 1000. It's got
the
a
go.
microphone on it. It's pretty much like I'm giving
Oh,
a
you're
wedding
gonna
speech.
practice.
Yeah, it's like I can do a wedding speech.
I like that.
Hear my own voice coming out of a probably better speaker than they'll have at the fucking venue.
They probably won't be able to trump the party box.
I'm
no.
thinking about bringing the Party Box to the wedding.
Do you mind if I use my own speaker for this?
Yeah, I already have all the everything dialed in on this.
I got the right
one.
amount of echo.
And then the other option is to kind of just karaoke it just out of the blue.
do a song?
Yeah, doing a song.
That would be a little selfish, maybe.
Yeah,
I
but
sang a
that's
song at
something that you could, that's an option.
never mind.
It's
At
somebody's.
Manson's wedding. Yeah.
Oh.
I did
she
I
said
did
it.
I did Hours by Taylor Swift. Elevator buttons and morning air.
You're
But
really great at
not
that
during like a speech situation. Though.
No, it was like during it was the wedding was 5 people during
Oh,
quarantine.
okay. Nice.
Mhm.
one. Okay,
Colin-
so this is going to be about my sister.
Are you
For
gonna
context,
go
there's it's an Indian. Like there's going to be a lot of
His
Indians.
sister's Indian.
first? Are you gonna get to wear a suit?
My sister will be Indian after she marries this Indian guy, right? Is that how it works? Yeah, no, I gotta do. It's a two-parter. It's an Indian wedding and then a white wedding. It's gonna be like a 4-day fucking wedding. It's insane.
What?
That's
Yeah.
so sick, dude.
Crazy.
I feel me and Colin have talked about this. I was like a few weeks. I didn't really know them very well, and then we hung out like kind of after they were like
They kicked me
inviting
out of their
people and
house.
stuff, and we became kind of friendly after. But I'm not invited to the wedding, you know.
He could have gotten invited, but it was just bad timing.
Yeah, I would have been invited if they were inviting people now, probably, but Joe and them have
let's
beef,
not
so
worry about it.
they don't.
I'm
We
more
won't
worried
we
about
won't
just
hash
this
that
speech
out right now.
thing
There,
over
I
it.
think is your sister a listener?
She's an
Occasionally?
Instagram liker.
She
Okay.
comments on the Instagram. That was nice. Oh, what was the comment that you were talking about? You said I got a weird
God.
comment.
Yeah,
right.
we did
What
get
was
a
that?
weird one. Joe, you want to read this? Because I already read it.
I'll read
you
it.
know, I can't read well. I've got these sunglasses on.
I'd love to read this.
Who's
weird
it
comment.
from?
Somebody replied to our caption of the studio.
Is it like a?
And
Is
it's
it
a
like
weird paragraph
my
about
God.
Johnny.
Johnny, okay, so Andrew will put the photo on screen. This is a guy I used to work with, Damien. Johnny, I see him. That's all we need. Johnny in Orange County is like a backyard apple, non-GMO. Little underwhelming at first glance. Looks like there might be a tiny bug in it. Look for flaws, see none. Bite into it, and it's the sweetest, purest fruit you've ever had, and you forgot. You didn't wipe it against your shirt, but it doesn't matter because the purity of natural flavors take over and you realize you truly shouldn't judge books by its cover. By their cover, but he works in a skate
Perfect.
shop.
That means he didn't copy and paste it.
No.
That's D2.
Yeah, that's D2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just stoked that you're it's not like a
No, that's
I don't
nice.
I think
that's
he's just
really beautiful.
He's just
No, I
he's
don't think
just
it was weird. I
making
thought
it
it was just a cool thing.
You
that
did say it
happened.
was weird.
You did say it was
It
weird.
was weird.
Colin will flip on you fast.
Colin's a flip flopper.
Yeah, he
No, I'm not.
Okay. Yes, I am.
Unless I am.
dude, he's saying you're fucking.
Yeah, a nice
He's saying you're a
apple.
homegrown hunk. Is
Yeah,
what he's
thank you.
saying. He's
I
saying
appreciate that,
non-GMO.
Let's
You know
not
who you
put
are.
But he
this
says
idea
you're a
that I'm
little underwhelming
flip-flopper
at
out
first
there.
glance,
Yeah.
but when you get to
I think Johnny's
into
best at first glance.
That's so fucked up.
No, but then like you're also good on a really late.
He's
glance,
also kind of
too.
insinuating that like you might be infested with something.
Yeah.
He's like there might be a tiny
That's how
bug
those
in it.
tattoos.
Well, that's
Ugh.
just because I'm natural. I'm all natural.
Yeah, but I don't.
Except for all my tattoos.
It's a. I would say I'd give that a. I'm the analogy king. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah.
It's kind of something. Oh, you've been in my stream. You know I'm the analogy king.
Yeah.
I'd give that like a 6.8 out of 10 on the analogy.
What was the
scoring
analogy
system.
that I gave that no one thinks is a 1-to-1 comparison?
I don't know.
Fuck. I'm blanking on it now.
What was
Skip
it in?
We'll
What
skip-
was it
we'll
in
skip
regards
I,
to?
I don't even remember, but I remember giving a good analogy.
Did I like it?
No.
Oh.
You said that it wasn't. You said not totally. It was near.
You've
I'll
made
look it
some
up.
jokes too that you're like what was the joke? Oh, your
My
flag.
flag joke.
Have you told your
yeah,
flag
we
joke?
did. We did that. That was on the pod.
But
that
was it on
happened.
the one
I
we
don't-
scrapped?
It might have been.
Say
But
it. Say your flag joke.
Well, now it's a whole fucking thing
Dude,
that I'm
it's
not
not
even
a whole
stoked about
thing.
anymore. Well, I love the joke. I think it's a
Say
funny
that
joke.
you just said you're not stoked on it. Say it.
No, I'm not stoked to repeat this whole thing with you
Dude, you're acting
about
like
it,
Colin right now.
man.
You're flip flopping.
Okay.
I'm not a flip flopper. I'm just not, I'm just not afraid
all
to.
right, all right,
flip-flop.
all right. Okay.
It's called being confident.
If
Right.
if we do end up releasing the other one, or
Dude,
if
he
it
says
has
I'm
been
not
happened,
a flip flopper. I'm not afraid to
we'll scrap
flip
it.
flop. We're not releasing the other one, dude.
okay.
Yeah, we're never gonna not have this
I
set
read
up
an
again.
watched a YouTube video or read an article or something about why the main reasons why we shouldn't make DC the 51st state in America, because there's arguments for and against making Washington DC its own state for like places in the Senate and stuff like that. My biggest reason is, what the hell am I supposed to do with all my American flags? They're all gonna be obsolete.
Can I tell you, as brutal as that joke is, he used to say, "What am I gonna do with all my flags?" He didn't even say American flags. That was a tip that I gave you
Yeah,
for it.
You
yeah,
think Johnny owns non-American flags?
yeah. What
No,
you
but
think I would be talking about other flags?
I feel
yeah,
like
the
it's-
joke.
Johnny
It's
owns Jamaican
implied.
flags and American flags.
Yeah, two
exclusively.
flags.
Dude, it's so,
So-
confusing. The
It-
joke. What am I
it's-
gonna do with
it's-
all my? Because
It's,
it's like
supposed to be like
my
it's
mind just
obviously-
starts racing. I'm like, what flags?
Dude, you know what's crazy is that somebody's made that joke every time they've added a state.
Yeah, probably.
Gotta toss out the old
The
flag.
the idea that's funny about it is that
It's like
I
an
have a bunch of
expansion.
American flags, and I'm not traditionally a person you would think would have a bunch of American flags. Explaining
does.
jokes,
He has a
also
lot.
making someone explain jokes makes the joke so not funny
I don't
ever.
know. It depends.
But
Sometimes explaining a joke is funny.
I thought that it was a funny
Dude,
joke.
something about the punchline too, just like it sounds like
It's
a
supposed to be a bad
It's
joke.
supposed to be a bad joke. It's
that's
supposed to fall flat in certain ways. It's supposed to be. It's not an anti-joke because that's a fucking cringe term for cringe jokes.
just a
But it's
classic
supposed to
joke.
be
He wrote
like
one
just
joke.
like a
Now he knows it all.
It's
don't know.
almost like it's from a joke book. Like,
Yeah,
like
you would
not a good
Dude,
one.
it's a fucking head scratcher. My problem
Okay.
with it is it doesn't make immediate sense, I don't think. Like I feel like something in the exposition
Peter,
has to
weigh
be
in.
explained.
Did you get the
Did
joke?
it make sense to you on the first delivery?
Okay.
If it's a bad joke, it should be vague. You should get rid of American. Then it's like, what
Yeah.
is he talking about?
Okay.
You're like, oh, okay.
He thinks I should
Okay.
drop the American.
It's almost
I'm
not even
done.
a joke. It's
Okay. Yeah,
almost like a silly riddle.
Andrew is so adorable over there with all this equipment that we
He's
bought
got
him.
all sorts of. He's got a laptop equipment. I have this cart that I used to
Oh
do
my God,
tattoos
I
off
wish
of.
you
and
guys, maybe in the future we can get a little Andrew cam.
That'd be
that we can
good.
flip back to, but it's
I
so
have more
cute.
tchotchkes behind Andrew.
Dude, stop using that fucking word.
Trinkets. I have more trinkets behind Andrew. I have more.
We might even
Knickknacks.
get Andrew a mic so he can talk again.
We are gonna get Andrew a mic.
We actually, it's crazy. We used to not
Might get
have that
Peter a mic,
technology.
too.
Eventually, we got Andrew a mic, and now we don't have Andrew. We're back to Andrew not having a mic. It's like we came full circle.
Peter said that the joke was hilarious. By the way,
Oh, you like it now, Peter?
because he couldn't hear it. Yeah, he said yeah.
He doesn't look like he said yeah.
he said yeah. You guys,
you
Joe
guys-
is
you
lying,
guys can-
actually.
you guys
Joe is
can-
lying to you guys now.
You guys can vote on whether or not you liked the joke.
I don't care.
Really?
I don't.
I
don't
care
even-
a lot.
I don't even
when,
care.
when I think something is funny and other people don't think it's funny, I care a lot.
yeah,
It makes me
too.
like
Me too.
feel
It's a
like
funny
I'm
joke. I
losing
didn't-
my mind.
yeah.
I have a quick question for Andrew. How long have we been recording? Because this suit is hot.
You can take the jacket part off and just leave the vest.
Let the
I
let
could
the
do
vest
that. Yeah.
yeah, do
Yeah.
it. Come on,
leave the
drop
vest.
drop the
remain.
jacket.
No way.
Maybe 50.
Dude, we can go for 3
They're
hours.
saying it's been 50 minutes.
We can go for 3
They're
hours.
saying it's been
now
50
in the new
minutes.
I
setup.
heard 30, 40, and 50.
We haven't
So-
even gotten.
We started like 8:30.
I feel
We haven't even gotten to any of my topics that I've written down
Okay,
for the last
that's
month.
great.
I
Before
think-
we get into
dude,
those, I'm taking this
I
jacket
think
off.
it's I
Okay.
think it's the equipment. I think
Yeah.
it's podcasting is all about spending a lot of money. The more
Yeah.
money you spend, the better your show will be.
All right, do stand up and do a little spin for the camera also. Do a spin for us.
Really broad shoulders. I barely fit in any tuxedos.
Sorry
not a
guys,
tuxedo.
I'm fucking huge.
Am I sweating in the ass? What?
Dude, you just like instinctually showed your ass.
I did it. I
Was
told
he
him
on
to do
me
a
to
spin. I
Did
told him
he?
to do a spin. Yeah.
Oh.
me to spin, and then you started laughing.
Well, it was funny.
Joe starts laughing, so I thought, oh, I got a sweaty ass. This
The way you grabbed it though. That was
Yeah,
weird.
he did.
Oh, like-
he did kind of give it like a little weird, like spreading a
So
spreading
yeah, it
adjustment
was
thing.
like a guy that checks if his ass is sweaty often. You know what? You... Not gonna even go there. Never mind. Let me get rid of this jacket.
Dude, Colin's our X Factor, man.
I was gonna say this actually does segue into one of our topics: sweaty asses. Where do you get a sweaty ass?
Where? Like what location?
At
Or,
a,
like, what part of
at
my
a
ass?
baseball game.
Oh. This is good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I went to my first baseball game in 20 years. The last baseball game is actually Julian's birthday party, a different one. So
No
it was
way.
probably actually almost 20 years on the dot.
It's crazy how 20 years has passed and how much worse his taste got.
Yeah, a baseball game would have been
Last
awesome.
year was epic. This year,
Last year was pretty good, but I would have rather have gone to a
but
baseball
every
game.
year
Rather.
he uses this really.
Rather, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm fucking sorry. I can't help it. It's my genetics. Bitch. Sorry, what were you saying, Colin?
Oh no, that's cool.
God damn.
Don't worry about it. That's cool.
We went to
Bring the mic in a little.
What, I just brought it in.
He did just bring it in more.
more.
It was pretty
I
far
was
away
being-
before,
yeah,
though.
I was just
It
being
was funny because
quiet.
he's been the most, like, fussy about the equipment stuff,
Yeah.
and then he was like, that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I'm throwing us off.
Baseball game.
I feel like ever since I did that British accent, things have not been the same in this room.
They're
Ever
Baseball
since I
games are
took that
awesome.
jacket off, I just feel like a new man. But we don't need to talk about that.
Well, you were talking about sweaty asses. You don't want to talk about that anymore? Or do
No,
you
no,
wanna
no,
he
talk
was
I was
segueing
saying
into baseball
Baseball
Oh.
game, sweaty asses. I have a memory of like my neighbor was like, "Let's go to the baseball game." It was like 100 degrees that day. I
You had
was
a sweaty ass as a
probably
kid?
17, 16.
Okay, yeah.
You know, ideally you don't want to go to a day game when it's hot, right? And
No.
I just remember sitting and my ass was so sweaty. Like when I got up, it
Were you
was
wearing
like,
shorts?
Like, ooh, this is embarrassing. I don't remember all the details. I just know that plastic stadium seating
Not
plus
conducive.
sun, not moving around much.
Dude, this I have a similar. This happened to me recently as I had to do an interview for, like, do you guys know the show Epically Latered on
Yeah.
YouTube? They asked me to do an interview, and basically, this legendary skate guy Heath Kirchart was in the room, and I was talking to him, and we were at Jerry's house, and I was getting interviewed, and I knew I was gonna get sweaty because I was like nervous. I knew I was gonna get sweaty. So I put on a flannel, and I could feel myself like sweating through the flannel. I'm like very uncomfortable. And then after like 40 minutes of being interviewed, I get up off of the chair and I look down, and there's definitely like a full like sweat ass imprint on it. And I'm just like, dude, what do I do in this situation? Like, do I say like, "Oops, sorry for ass imprinting on your chair, Jerry," or
So wait. You made me feel so bad about my sweaty ass situation
No,
just
I
10
didn't.
minutes ago, and now you're.
I did not make you feel. What did I say?
You just laughed at me.
Because it
and-
was funny. I think it's funny to talk about.
Okay, it is funny. You're right.
I know. This is why I'm sharing.
But I thought you were just bullying me, and you were like a guy that didn't get
no,
sweaty asses
dude,
ever. And
I get
was
the
like, oh,
sweatiest
it's
ass out of everyone here. I can nearly guarantee
Okay,
it.
that's
I like,
cool.
dude.
I like that.
I
He's
hate
a sweater.
I'm a sweater. I come over to Johnny's house. Like, this is a problem with me. I have this like fucking mental tug of war. Almost like every time something fun is going on, I'll like come over to Johnny's house. Like, people are playing in the backyard. There's like a soccer game, or people are riding around on skateboards. I'm like, dude, I just showered. I put on a fresh pair of jeans. I want to play with everybody so bad, but if I go in the backyard and I get locked into soccer, I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna be fucking drenched, and I'm gonna be sitting down, and my underwear is gonna be fucking damp.
Okay.
It sucks. It's honestly like a disability. Having a sweaty
You're
ass.
nerfed.
I
You
am.
should get money from the government probably for that.
I probably should.
Interesting.
Underwear money.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um.
I just want to say you're not alone,
So what
Colin.
happened?
What do you mean?
You just left
Oh well,
the
I had to
ass sweat
leave.
on his
I had to
chair?
leave the house, and then I was like, okay, because they were gonna interview Jerry next, and I was like, I don't want to be like in the same room, and if he feels weird or something, so I was like, am I gonna leave? He was sitting in a different chair for his interview, but I'm like, am I gonna leave, and then are they gonna notice the ass sweat on the chair? And then is somebody gonna bring it up? Or the vibe in there was kind of serious. It was kind of a formal vibe in there.
You don't got what it takes
What to fucking
to make it in this industry.
dude? I don't know. It's certain pants too. Like, some pants will wick the moisture better and not like be so revealing on what you're sitting
Black
on.
ones.
He's experienced. In my experience.
Yeah, I walked out of there with a sweaty ass. That's what happened. And I'm pretty sure somebody probably said something.
Hey,
50-50.
YOLO. You
What
win
was the
some, you
chair?
dim some.
What was this chair? How was this
It
chair?
was like I think it was like kind of, I don't want to say leather, but maybe some kind of like plastic covering sort of thing. And I
That'll
don't know.
just
It
sit
was
on
one of
top of
those
there,
ones
too.
where I think I could kind of wipe it a little bit and maybe disguise it, but at the same time,
That might smear.
I don't know. I think in my situation, it's best to just be upfront with people when I sweat on their chairs and just be like, sorry about sweating on your chair. Like, I can't help it. I was nervous.
Do you have paper towels?
Dude, that would be bad if I asked like before I sat down. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get nervous and sweat in this chair. So can we put some paper towels down?
Like a dog pee
Yeah,
pad.
you
Yeah.
like sit on a ShamWow or something.
Okay, we need to switch
That would
topics.
be
This
cool.
is bad.
Baseball games.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. It was bad,
Baseball
though.
games.
We all want to know more about this.
Are you
chair.
turning off the noise gate when you talk, Andrew? Is that how you're doing that or something?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All
you're
right.
just pretending to be Dr. Dre over there. He's touching all these knobs and he's standing. It's-
He's
Yeah.
got his
fingers on,
piano
like,
playing
knobs.
fingers
He's
all
got-
over the place
All
right
right,
He's
now.
got a finger on each of our knobs.
It's not even on.
It looks cool
Um,
though. It looks cool.
Baseball games.
Yeah.
You have. Did you want to finish that topic? Because you have topics.
We
right?
didn't even get into it. We just started talking about sweaty
Yeah, baseball
asses.
games.
Baseball games.
I'm a Angels fan now. First time I went to a game in 20 years. Go to an Angels game the other week. It was incredible. There's the Angels suck right now also. So there's no one in there. It's like a quarter
They
capacity.
have zero clout.
It's a quarter capacity. No one's there. It's just a
know.
good time regardless. I don't think I would like it as much as if it was packed, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like,
Um,
oh, this is a thing that people are all into, but nobody was into it.
Yeah.
Did they lose?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they lost.
yeah, they lost.
Who'd they play?
The
Orioles.
That doesn't
Nolans.
sound like a great team.
They're Nolans,
They're
right?
good right now. They're
Are they?
usually bad.
Beautiful time.
Usually bad.
The colors are all I feel like I see like brighter in there. Just maybe it's just the big lights
Mhm.
that just make like the green grass and all the red shirts. It was just like a beautiful
show, baby.
visual thing. You know,
Yeah.
you kind of feel like you're like just drank a big cup of coffee when you walk in
It's
there.
cool to be around all that like money. Like it's crazy to watch like sports on the TV, you know, and then you go to a sporting event in real life. You're like, damn, this shit is huge.
Yeah, like well, SoFi is like that on steroids. SoFi,
SoFi
going to
is
SoFi
fucking
is fucking
insane.
insane.
It's like Vegas vibes.
Dude, SoFi is like optimal stadium.
How
Like,
much
they-
did
it-
SoFi cost? Like multi-billion.
Yeah, it was like $6 billion.
Yeah, it
for
feels
that
like
thing.
you're in a
Fucking
$6
sick.
billion
No, but the reason
establishment.
SoFi is like the best stadium in sports is because it has their jumbotron or whatever the fuck it's called. It's like a 360. You've seen it, right? Their jumbotron.
I have
it's
not
like,
seen the jumbotron.
It's like an inside outside like oval.
Mhm.
It has a screen on the inside and the outside, and it's fucking huge, and it sits at the eye level of the fucking nosebleeds, basically. So like the nosebleeds have like fucking an amazing view too.
they
You
can watch
see, yeah, you can
TV
see
at the game?
everything that's going on. You're not like I used to go to a
It does
Raiders
sound
game
kind
as
of
a
silly
kid.
to go to the game to watch the game on a television.
Yeah, but you get the atmosphere. You can see you can see what's going on 100% of the time. You're in the atmosphere.
so you were in the nosebleeds.
no.
Oh.
We were in great seats.
You just
Beautiful seats.
It's
discussed the
just-
experience with
yeah.
some pores
When you-
afterwards.
you
When-
could,
no,
for
because we
all the
walked the
plebeians
entire we
out
walked
there.
the entire stadium. We couldn't find a bad seat.
Really?
Mhm. Angels though.
A couple bad seats in
There's
Angel
some bad,
Stadium.
there's
Oh,
like
yeah, there's
walls
plenty.
that are like there's seats like next to
Obstructed
walls.
views, yeah.
There's obstructed views where you can't see like half of the
The
field.
Angels are just a terrible franchise, really. They got the worst owner in
Peter's
baseball.
nodding. He agrees.
Oh, Peter's an Angels guy. That's cool.
It's kind of
Yeah.
beautiful to be a fan of a horrible
So the
franchise.
reason,
though.
the reason it's cool to be an Angels fan again is because all these like like our generation, they all just flip flopped and like became Dodgers fans.
Just
like,
'cause Dodgers are
3
great.
years ago. They have a what? Oh yeah, we're fucked.
You're losing
Our
Ohtani?
superstar Otani. Yeah, it is just the whole handling of the Otani situation is just devastating and
I've nev-
frustrating. So basically, let me just explain it to you, Joe, because you don't need to know anything about baseball to know how fucking stupid this is. They have Otani. He's unhappy. They've sucked every year. He's been like the
Ohtani
best
no happy?
player. He's been the best player in
Oh,
baseball for 3 years,
Oh,
probably.
crappy.
And they haven't been able to build a contender. So basically, last year they were mediocre. They kind of were considering trading him at the trade deadline. Probably would have gotten a fucking insane trade haul, right? They didn't. And then this year they kind of retooled. They were competitive, like they were a reasonably competitive baseball team, and they just had so many injuries. Everything went
Crush came on?
terribly, as it always does. And then at the trade deadline, they were like a 500 team, and they basically said, "Okay, we can trade Ohtani and get like a historic trade haul," or what they ended up doing is like somewhat kind of going for it. Like they traded their some of their assets that they had, their young players that they had, to try and compete, and then they immediately just lost like 20 games in a row and went out of contention.
So they didn't trade him?
They did not trade him. They could have probably gotten the best prospect haul in history, and instead he's just going to leave in free agency right now, and it's just upsetting. Because not only is
Real
he
bad for us.
Not only is he a great baseball player, but if he's on your team, the entire country of Japan roots for you.
That's a big loss.
Big
You
loss.
Which is
want the
probably
country
a
of Japan on your side.
Probably bigger than Southern California. When you go to the games, it's like
Is
half
Japan
Japanese
bigger
It
than
people.
is.
Southern California?
What?
Japan is bigger than California, yeah, for sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be so sure.
I don't know about that.
California's huge.
I
but
would-
Japan's-
I
I think
would-
California is way bigger than Japan in my
no,
mind.
I'll bet you.
Is
like,
California bigger than Japan?
I don't think Siri's smart enough to answer that like that.
Same
Really?
size. Around the same size.
It's Japan.
It's 90. Wait,
California
wait.
is
What is-
slightly bigger than Japan. Yep.
Oh, so it's 7% bigger than Japan.
Yes.
What about the populations? Japan has to have a bigger population though, like maybe double. No, not double.
most
maybe
of California is like uninhabited
double. Bakersfield and
yeah.
shit.
desert. Yeah.
Bakersfield is inhabited, but
By-
the vibes.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
by fucking zombies.
Yeah. Meth zombies.
Read us those population stats, Andrew.
California population 37.3 million. 87 million live in Japan.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's like double.
population.
Okay.
So
That's
yeah,
what I
Japan.
said, right?
a lot more Japanese Angels fans than there were Southern California Angels fans, and we lost them all. And,
It's a lot of
but
money
they
down the
gained
tubes.
Johnny.
Dude, no
Johnny's
wonder they
the
didn't
X
wanna trade
Factor.
him.
Johnny is now endorsing Angels
Yep.
baseball, and
Johnny endorses.
this might be a big deal for them.
Dude,
I-
Johnny would look great in an Angels hat.
No,
I
he
don't
would not.
like
Nobody
red.
would look good in an Angels hat. We've already talked
So,
about this.
but I did
They
see.
change. They have different
I
colors.
did see a like
I've
old
looked at
school
them all.
looking
I keep
cream
Yeah.
Otani jersey that I'm gonna get.
Okay.
Real nice.
Aren't you
on
not?
sale when he leaves
yeah,
the team
on sale
in 3
when he
months.
leaves. Yeah,
What was I gonna say? Fucking.
can still remember.
Oh,
the
you know
glory
who'd look
days.
good in an Angels hat is Nathan Caros.
Yes.
No, he's a diehard Dodgers guy though.
That's so.
But he'd look good in an
that shit
Angels
pisses
hat.
me off. Like, that's being a new Angels fan and being invested in this now
Mm-hmm.
is like seeing all these kids that are like born and raised in Orange County,
Yeah,
with
you
like
can't be a fucking
driving
Dodgers
by
fan.
the Big A, like
Disgusting,
all the time.
dude. That's
How
disgusting.
can you can you justify being a fucking Dodgers fan?
That's pathetic.
it's so fucked up.
That's awful.
When I was
Can
a
you imagine,
kid,
Peter?
I'd be a Clippers fan if the Clippers
I think
It
played in
pisses me
Orange
off.
County.
Well, the Angels won the World Series in 2002, and I think a lot of us youngsters from Orange County, that was a very positive experience for a lot of us. And
I wish.
I was 5.
Yeah.
you remember. Did you guys do that?
I don't remember. I did the math though. I know when I was born. and
Okay,
when
Joe
2002
is a
was.
British. They're not very American in that household. I was at my neighbor's house when they won the World Series. We were at the Donahue's. It was like all the neighborhood families went there. We all cheered. I've seen the montage of the Angels winning the World Series to calling all Angels at the Big A about 150 times. It's
So fucking
Calling
cool.
all
Still give-
angels?
still gives me goosebumps.
Is that what they call the fans? They call them angels?
No.
Oh.
There's a song called "I'm Calling on You, Angels."
Oh, you know, I did used to go with my
They
mom to
have-
the games.
Angels
actually,
are-
'cause
if you wanna know the
rally monkey,
vibe-
I remember the rally monkey.
The vibe of the
still do
franchise is like Christian rock, IE sprinkled in.
So badass. It is
And
like
it's a good family environment. You can get in and out of that stadium in about 15 minutes.
the
Dodger
stadium
Stadium
feels like 90s vibes too, which is
Dodger
kind of
Stadium's pretty fucking sick though.
it's cooler, but it takes like 4 hours to
yeah,
get
but
off
it's like
that hill.
at Griffith Park.
Yeah,
That's
it is a
pretty
badass.
goddamn
It's
sick.
beautiful
it's a badass.
for sure, but you know what the best
that
is?
vibe,
When I
for
went
sure,
to a
but-
Yankees game when I was in New York, and the subway just gets off at the gate, like the
That's so
That's cool.
You're at home plate like 10 minutes after you get off the subway. It's crazy.
But not to deviate too far from baseball, but when you were talking about when the Angels won in 2003, I just want to say
2002.
a historic sporting moment. I was actually at Colin's grandparents' house when the best dunk contest of all time happened.
Which was
the
that
one
Dwight
with-
Howard?
Uh,
Superman?
yeah, the one with Dwight Howard and
Oh
Nate
my
Robinson.
God, I just
Or
went
I-
so crazy on that.
You could
floor.
say actually that's the best one, or the one with Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon. Yeah, either of those. But I was at Colin's grandparents' house when Nate Robinson was dunking. That was a beautiful moment in time.
sounds like it.
It was.
I don't care about basketball.
Dunk contests have gone down the tube since then. It's a dead art form, unfortunately.
Well,
but I witnessed it in its
we
prime.
grew up with a short basketball fan. So like Spud Webb, Nate Robinson, these were like big figures.
Who's
in
a
his
short
life.
basketball fan?
Ian. Ian, we all loved basketball growing up, and Ian was short. And
Ian wasn't even a fan, dude.
He was a big Lakers fan.
Dude, Ian's just one of those guys that talks about Kobe.
Ian's he doesn't really know what's
Dude,
going on as
I was
much
so
as I
fucking
do.
jealous of his Timberwolves jersey, by the way, his Garnett Timberwolves jersey. That's a cool jersey when they had like the trees
Yeah, that was cool.
on the sleeves.
It used to be like before, for some reason, there was less internet back in the day. It used to be like hard to find retro jerseys.
It was less internet back in the day. That's pre 5G. Pre 5G.
I had a Chris Paul Hornets jersey that like wasn't authentic, and it was very like shiny, and it was so cool.
I had a Billabong. Oh, we've talked about this. I think I had a Billabong basketball jersey.
Okay, but
It had
know that.
it had Rasta lining.
okay, did it look
That's a
good on
beach
you?
guy
'Cause
vibe.
It was,
right
I
there.
it was
remember-
shiny silver with like tattoo script Billabong
Dude, that's
with Rasta
that's
writing
the genre. This kid that used to live
or lining.
The only other white kid that ever lived in my dad's neighborhood when I was a child
Nick.
was Nick, and he had a stepbrother who lived in the garage, and like the stepbrother that lives at home was like too old to live at home. There's a whole like genre of apparel that those guys wear, and that's I think what you're talking about, which is like the weird like the loafers, the furry like stoner loafers, you know?
God,
Like
what were
naked
those?
chicks
Globe?
on the walls,
Oh.
Billabong,
yes,
Never mind. Sorry.
maybe a sweet necklace of sorts, plaid shorts.
plaid shorts.
You know
are, yes,
exactly
plaid
what
shorts,
I'm talking
yeah.
about. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
maybe
Colin?
sweatbands.
Yes, sir.
Sweatband would be kind of a lot, but maybe. In
Who were we
some
talking
instances.
about? Was who were we talking about sweatbands with? I had
Oh,
I had
Zach.
for some reason I had G Unit sweatbands.
Really?
Yeah, I had G
As a
I had
boy?
a
as a boy. Yeah,
I
as
had
a
a
young
Puma
boy.
sweatband, and I loved it.
I had an NBA shooting sleeve. I bought it from Target,
That's
and
so
it was
sick.
too big for my arm. But I was obsessed. I was obsessed with the NBA when I was like 11.
That's sick.
I got NBA books from the library.
Oh yeah, I had the book, the basketball book, not the Bill Simmons one, but the one like with all the nice
I had like an
Images.
encyclopedia of NBA stuff.
Yeah, me too.
And I was just obsessed with like how cool Allen Iverson and shit was.
I really liked
so you
Ford
like the short
Mustangs.
guys.
I had a book about Ford Mustangs.
Really?
Yeah, really randomly.
I was, yeah, my main interest was basketball too for some reason.
Yeah.
But baseball,
I was
you
only
guys-
into it briefly.
I
it was
didn't-
like
Same
that
with
and
me
then
and
like
Baseball
Mustangs.
every
Bugs
day.
right after.
Same with me and Mustangs. It was very brief.
Mm.
Really liked them. Probably in
Peter, do you play Immaculate Grid?
What is Immaculate Grid?
Yeah, I play every day. It's like a baseball trivia. It's like baseball Wordle.
This is such a heavy sports episode.
This
It's a
is.
3x3
What other
grid.
topics do we have, Johnny?
I've got a lot.
We need to. I think we
I will
need to
stop.
nix the sporting a bit, don't you think, team?
Yes,
Okay.
one last sports take. So when I got that Chris Paul jersey, I remember I was so excited. I got it in the mail. I put it on and I go, "Ooh, jerseys do not look good on me." And I just, but I just fucking put it in my drawer. And I still
Oh,
liked
man.
it. I still was like glad I owned it. It was
Yeah.
like a possession. It was like Johnny's knickknacks.
Dude, the
you know?
only
but I
move-
would not. Put
The
that
only
on.
move if a jersey doesn't look
I haven't
good
put a
on
jersey
you
on since.
is like if you get a really big one and then put the hoodie under it and you want to go like full like trashy chic, then that's a move you could do. Ian used to do that.
I love hockey jerseys. Hockey jerseys are my
Yeah, see, that's
thing.
a white guy kind of cool thing. But
one of us needs to bite the bullet and join Scientology. Not it.
I mean, if anyone's doing it, it's
Well,
obviously me.
I thought it would be Colin.
no. But
What?
did you,
You have
don't
to
you
have
know that
money.
the guy, like all the high
You
end
do.
people left already. All the secrets
Yeah.
are out of the bag. Like you don't. There's no
Yeah,
point
I
in
know.
joining anymore.
Well-
all the secrets are
Well,
out
they
there.
still I think they still signal boost you.
Dude, I learned some crazy
Are you?
shit
Is
watching.
it easier to climb now? Their ladder.
Probably. I mean, you would assume with them
There's
being more
vacancies.
desperate.
Wow.
There's vacancies
Yeah.
I
in,
could
in
join
the
and
hierarchy.
dominate.
Yeah, we could. I think it would really boost our
Dude,
podcast.
Colin is
Andrew?
actually
Yeah.
the most susceptible to, being
Oh yeah,
told
I've
what
been
to
an
do.
atheist since I was 6.
Yeah, and
So you want me to believe in God
you're
all
a
of a sudden?
fucking
Like the
flip-flopper, man.
craziest.
You're a
oh
flip
yeah.
flopper.
don't
Yeah,
they
that's-
not even
that-
believe in God, though?
That's a podcast character.
I don't think they believe in
no, It's
God.
not really a
They believe
god.
in some-
Every,
they believe in
you're,
some made-up thing.
You're Thetans. Thetans. You're a Thetan.
I think
technically.
you're mistaking being a skeptic for being gullible.
Dude,
Because
you
there's
literally
a
like
lot of
three
there's a- no, no, no,
podcasts
no,
ago
no.
you said I'll believe
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
you
yeah,
said
yeah.
that.
I'll believe in anything in a skeptical, like I'll explore my thoughts more than some other people. I'll get in different headspaces, but ultimately I don't end up subscribing to most of these beliefs.
Dude, you subscribe to them long enough until they get debunked on this fucking pod is what happens. I don't remember what it was, but you came in here with some insane shit and both Johnny and I were
It
like,
was
what?
Joe Rogan being 64. That's what we're talking about. I thought Joe Rogan was 64 because I saw a tweet and I just believed it. I go, oh my God, is like HGH that effective?
Oh my god, that was the funniest.
I-
shit.
That was hilarious.
But you kind of believe it. Like what is it? Like RFK is like 80 and he looks like a Chad. So I'm like, wow, there's just all these old buff dudes that are fucking on steroids and they look great.
Anyway, Joe Rogan is like 55 or something.
I forget.
Something like
He's
that.
something like that. Well, a much more reasonable age.
Joe's been watching Game of Thrones, which me and Colin
Oh,
are
we're doing
very,
that already?
very. Already, it's been like an hour.
Colin doesn't
man.
even care.
We
I
are.
care.
We
I
love.
got Johnny into
He
Game
got
of
me into
Thrones.
Game of Thrones,
I just started.
and we love it.
Dude, we have some. I have some
but-
character comparisons.
Hey, but before you even got into it, one of my topics,
yeah, was
um,
get Joe into Game of Thrones.
no, was a Varys quote that
I
love.
love that guy.
Yeah,
Munich.
I deal in secrets. It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
that's tight.
such a badass thing,
Yeah.
and I want to
There's a
deal
lot of good
in
quotes.
secrets.
Yeah,
I want.
holding on to
Oh,
secrets.
dude,
This
that
is
was
something that I've talked about on the pod a long time ago. Is I want you guys to be
tell you
kind of like
secrets?
a spy network, like be my little birdies, like Varys in Game of Thrones.
Who's the other dude who
Tell me
also does that? The guy
secrets.
who owns the brothels.
Littlefinger. That's who I called you. I called you
Dude,
Littlefinger. I
Beatrix
said
said
you're
I
mad.
kind of had Littlefinger
Yeah, you do
vibes
have
too.
You know
Littlefinger
who
vibes.
low key Faith is like very secret. It's like she just knows a lot.
Dude, I already made. My first comparison was Faith.
Yeah, he sent me
what was it?
Tell him,
Cersei.
dude.
And you're
That's
Robert.
'cause you
in
hate
this scenario,
women.
No.
you're Robert. In
She
this scenario,
literally-
Colin, you're Robert.
You're Rob. Yeah, that was
and I'm Ned.
the perfect.
And I kind of like this
Robert
scenario.
is fucking sick.
Dude, he is. He's
Yeah,
so.
I
Dude,
know.
If Colin would die, Colin would probably also die and lose a fight to a pig.
Yeah, but you know that Robert like killed like the Targaryen prince
no.
guy.
Yeah,
and,
dude,
like-
He's cool.
We
he was
like
just,
Robert.
He was a big.
This
boost.
is good.
dude. If Colin was a king, there's no way he wouldn't be inhaling wine
Yeah.
24/7. He's already doing that, and
and
he's not the
whoring.
king yet.
And
It's true. I'm
whoring.
already living like a king, and I'm
Yeah.
not a king. So,
Dude, okay,
we
but
can
you
only
have to
imagine.
admit, at least that lady, what's her name?
Cersei Lannister.
Cersei, kind of similar facial expressions to
Okay,
Faith.
well, here's what I'm
Just
gonna say.
could you admit it or
First
no?
of all, rude because
Oh
that's
my
like
God.
heavy incest, like vibe.
Dude,
No, you're
stop
Robert
reading
in
into it
this.
so hard.
This-
So
I
you're
gave
telling-
myself
okay, I'm
Joffrey.
glad that Faith doesn't have a brother.
Are you saying
You guys are
what?
spoiling so much, by the way. This. When we talk about Game of Thrones, there's gonna be spoilers.
Cersei incest is like 20
yeah,
minutes
okay,
in.
yeah, but
I'm only on
he
season
also
2,
said
episode
Robert
2.
dies to pig.
does.
There's going to be spoilers when we talk about Game of Thrones. So
Dude,
this
no,
is,
if it's been this long, nobody gives a
Yeah, I
fuck.
know.
I'm like, it's funny that I'm even watching it at all. I
it's
think.
awesome. Yeah, I
we
think I
kept
watched
trying
it like
to get
2
you
years
into
ago.
it, and you were
I
just
resisted.
like rolling your eyes like at the intro.
Do you
The intro's not great.
Joffrey and Littlefinger are both really
What
bad
do you
guys
mean?
to be.
Dude, what's wrong with being Joffrey?
Joffrey's like
You
the-
see nothing
like,
wrong with Joffrey.
It's not that I don't see anything wrong with him, but I think Joffrey's the kind of guy who keeps the ball rolling.
He's the most probably the most hated character in Game of Thrones.
But like,
Ever,
imagine,
maybe.
dude,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the show without Joffrey, and it is worse.
It is. You do want someone to hate, and I do see that like being your kind of role. You know?
Joffrey, I think Joffrey is actually the way in which they illustrate his evil is very funny.
Yeah.
Like the way that he treats poor people and abuses them on screen is like, I don't know. I don't have, when I watch TV shows, I don't have like that empathy
You
where
want
I'm
to
like,
treat people like that,
I
but
don't.
you can't because you're not a king.
One day I will have enough power to do that. But basically what I'm saying is when they write stuff on TV shows, I don't like hate Joffrey. I know it's not real. It's just a fictional situation.
Yeah, it's like
and
you
where
like,
this
it's
guy,
the same way you like Logan Roy and how he.
well,
you
yeah, it's
know.
like the guy he's creating such hilarious ways to abuse people
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
real.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Yeah,
I
that
watch
shit-
it. I'm
no,
like,
that-
dude,
That's why.
I'm on season 2, episode 4, and this is the first time they're showing King Joffrey's sexual proclivities, and I would like to retract my endorsement of him as the one true king. What I said on the podcast was prior to me knowing about this part of his character. So, Andrew, please add this.
I think it's funny.
Yeah,
I
that
watch
shit-
it. I'm
no,
like,
that-
dude,
that's why Game of Thrones is
it
amazing.
takes a special kind of talent to be abusive in that way. He's not a standard abuser. He's a fucking advanced abuser.
Oh yeah,
king.
Game of Thrones
Well,
has
he's
the
been
best
doing it
characters.
since he was a
That's why
kid.
it's the best
Yeah.
show.
He's
He
good.
is a
Well,
kid.
he
Yeah,
assumed
he
the
is a
throne,
kid,
and
yeah.
he was fucking more than ready. He was
to abuse. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no
abuse his
transition
power.
time. He
Yeah.
was already like,
Yeah.
know, making crazy plays. Some bad plays though too.
Bad plays.
Some
yeah.
bad
Killing
plays.
Ned.
That was a bad play.
Bad play.
The little guy, he kind of pwned.
Yeah.
He kind of
Tyrion's
pwned.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Tyrion's
yeah, but,
one of the
dude,
better
but this is
characters
all right,
in
you
Game of
can't
Thrones.
say, in my opinion, you can't say like, oh, Tyrion, that's his name, right?
Tyrion,
You can't
yeah.
be like, that's my favorite character. It's like, duh, that's like saying your favorite
Yeah.
fucking Nintendo character is Mario.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Well, not that many people are like Mario guys.
Okay, well then I don't know who's a good fucking comparison.
Luigi.
Luigi's tall.
Everybody likes Luigi, but everybody thinks they're zagging with their
That's
Luigi
that's
tank.
what I'm
Okay.
trying to say.
No, it's like the intellectuals pick. It's like it'd be like saying your favorite superhero is Doctor Strange or something. Is like the Tyrion pick because
Dude, I
he's like
fucking
the
hate
witty
Doctor Strange.
fucking
I don't like
guy.
Benedict
No,
Cumberbatch
if you're-
at
I
all.
only watched
no,
the
if
Avengers
you're like a
movies, so I
Marvel
don't
guy,
know what Doctor Strange was up to before those ones, but
if
he
you're
sucked.
like a
I was
Marvel
watching
guy,
it with Beatrix, and the guy whose face is like half melted off, who's like pretty
the
much
Hound.
the Hound. He's like
He's a
helping.
badass, yeah.
He's helping the girl, and he's like on the enemy team. Beatrix called me. She's like, "You're basic for liking Joffrey." I'm like,
The Hound
"Dude,
is the best
You're
character."
basic. You're basic for basically liking the Severus Snape of the show. Like he is
Yeah.
the one that they fucking spoon feed you. Be like, "Ooh, I like him."
Yeah,
Oh,
I like
I
him.
remember to this day when the Hound goes like, "You're a talker. Talkers make me thirsty," and he grabs the guy's mug and just chugs it,
pretty badass.
and then he just fucks these.
I think I
fools up.
saw that on Twitter.
He does a lot of badass stuff.
He's
The Hound is a
cool.
really cool
He's
character.
cool. But anyways, House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon's so
Dude,
good. Hot
this
D.
podcast
and
is way
Johnny.
too niche. We're
I know,
fucking
I
up
Me and
know.
so
John,
So-
badly.
so many people are gonna be-
baseball.
We're talking
Game
about
of Thrones was
Shohei
rough.
Otani and Game of Thrones.
Yeah, yeah,
This
Yeah.
is awful.
yeah. But
The
we're gonna do a
Japanese
short
and nerds
recap.
are-
We're gonna do a short recap every time we come
I have
back.
new things to say about
okay,
it.
but an idea that we had, and let us know what you guys think. We're gonna watch maybe an episode a week of Friday Night Lights.
Little watch along recap.
Yeah, and
think
we're
that's a
gonna
good
talk
idea.
about it. And you got it'll be something you
I
guys
think that's
can
a
watch
great
with
idea.
us.
Live stream.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
No,
no.
We're just
We
gonna
all come
watch
with
an
our
episode
notes.
every week.
Oh, it's like a book club.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like
yeah,
a book club,
exactly.
but we're gonna watch Friday Night Lights, which is a show
Oh.
that I watched. Me and my brother watched when it was like coming out. I'm pretty sure. Really weird because I don't like. I did like football for a very short amount of time, and in that short amount of time, I watched Friday Night Lights. It's like a high school coming of age kind of football story, based in Texas. So they care about
sick.
football.
They care
it's-
about football most places, I think.
yeah, but in Texas, it's
Like
different.
Japan.
It's different in Texas.
If you're good at football in
But
Texas,
yeah,
you can
we're
do
gonna.
whatever
So
you
next
want.
week, everyone watch
Be King
season
Joffrey in
1,
Texas if you're a
episode
sweet QB.
1 of Friday Night Lights. I think that will be our homework for you guys for next week. Is watch
Episode is it on Netflix?
episode 1. I don't know. I'll look it up
We
right
should
now.
pick a Netflix show because that's the most
Oh, look.
commonly streamed platform, I think.
Let me look. But I think that would be fun.
I
maybe.
agree. I think that's a splendid idea, Johnny.
I can give you.
We
Guys,
definitely don't want to ask people to watch Game of Thrones.
No,
watch
that's
House
too
of the
That's
Dragon.
too much.
Game of Thrones is
My dad hasn't
Hot
seen
D
it.
is sick as fuck.
House of the Dragon
Hot D?
House of the Dragon.
was.
That's what everyone calls it.
I thought it was like
So dumb.
me and Johnny were so. Maybe it's because Johnny finally got into it. I finally had like somebody to care with me about Game of Thrones because I was in on Game of Thrones plus the whole Game of Thrones lore universe
Mhm.
kind of deal for many years just alone.
You can watch Friday Night Lights on Netflix.
All right, good. What else do we have? Do we have anything more broad?
Yeah, broads. You want to talk broads?
I don't think I can.
I'm just kidding.
Colin accused me of hating women because I said his girlfriend is like the queen in that show, or the former queen.
That,
What do you
I
mean?
mean, I don't care.
I
What do you
deal in
see?
secrets.
in-
Okay.
what do-
Dude,
what's-
they have the same facial expression.
Okay, so
when
we
Fate's mad, yes, she's very Cersei.
okay. We've been dealing with
Dude, he
some
acted like I was a psychopath. He's a flip flopper.
we've been dealing with
Cersei's
some
pretty
drama
mom.
in our
Pretty
extended
hot?
friend
Yeah.
group.
Okay.
What? We've been dealing with some drama in our extended friend group and gloop.
Friend loop.
That's what we.
and
that's what we're called.
and it made me realize that like and
What's
it
the
kept being
drama?
prolonged. You'll kind of get the gist. I don't want to talk about it directly because it won't make
Andrew,
sense to
hit the
anyone.
censor button. Tell me.
But fucking closure is an idea for idiots.
What is closer?
Closure, getting
I've
closure
been saying
in like
this for
any
years.
interpersonal relationship. You don't need closure if you're like ending a friendship or a breakup or anything like that. That's for stupid idiots.
I don't even
I
know
think
what
you
closure
stole.
is really.
I think you stole this take from me. For the record, I've been saying that like everybody. It's like the fools. It's like the fools pass to go do something stupid, where they're like, yeah, we resolved it, or but I just need to
I wanna talk
to
to
them one
them.
more time about this issue that
Sounds
we
like a
had.
horny thing.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
exactly.
It's just a loophole.
It's like a
to-
self-service
Yeah,
thing.
you
like,
just
yeah.
can't let go, and there is no closure. Like if you're
No.
ever in a relationship, like you're never, and it
That's true.
that
I've never
goes
felt closure,
poorly.
I don't think.
There's no such thing as having a nice long talk where you you know
Dude,
you
I don't
figure
think
everything
if we had a
out,
girl
and then it
on
just
this
feels
pod,
like
I don't think
shit.
she'd agree with this.
No, because
Girls are the perpetuators of this closure idea.
But
They're
girls
the ones-
no,
Girls-
but
fake.
even if
Girls
you
have
get
some
closure,
ideas.
you're gonna
Girls
find
have some
you
ideas
get that
sometimes.
closure, and then you're gonna find a new thing that you need closure on
Gotta be
in a
honest.
month, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, wait, just one more time.
It's better to just not have the closure and to just get over it. You know,
Yeah,
closure
and then-
doesn't
and then
exist.
Keep the cell phone with all your old
Yeah,
conversations
exactly.
on it.
Yeah. That's way
Closure's
better.
not real.
This whole arc has been done for like years now. Like
Uh-huh.
probably like a few years
It has
at least.
nobody-
Yeah.
But it did last.
It did
quite some
last
time.
too long.
when
yeah,
you
for
brought
sure.
the old phones out, it bring back
it was
memories.
also because I was like more depressed than I was ever. You know,
Before
there
you
was a
found out
lot
about
of
pranking.
things. It was barely had anything to do with the
Pranking saved
relationship.
Johnny's
yeah,
life.
pranking did. Save
Before
me.
you got closure,
yeah.
9 years later. You know what they say though? Like women say, "Oh God," and I did this for sure. Like you just have issues, and you just, or it's not even issues. Like these are things that you should be able to
Dude,
just
this
deal
guy
with.
needs some closure, man.
No. That because that's genuinely what I believe is that it's like okay, it's not that bad. You know, like whatever happened to me, like could be worse. You know.
But the thing is if you guys are like breaking up or something, this is my advice. You don't like you guys have if you realize you have irresolvable issues, then just get over it. Don't talk anymore. Just cut off completely.
Joe's a blocker,
That's a
which
good
is
move.
cool. But then Joe's also an unblocker, right?
I'm a flip flopper. Some would
He's
say.
Interesting.
But that this also kind of is my
Why'd you
other
take your
idea.
sunglasses off? Are you getting serious on us?
They've been off for like an hour.
Oh.
oh wow.
Is that true, Andrew? Have they been off for like an hour?
not an hour, maybe less.
Wow.
But I'm gonna get a burner
Can't
phone.
see very well.
I've also realized I really enjoy arguing a lot. I want to get a burner.
This guy
a
watches
BOGO phone.
way too much Destiny.
Are we done
dude.
talking about this?
Well, this-
Closure?
Yeah, he just
A little
changed
bit.
from
Oh,
the.
Okay,
the
sorry.
burner phone thing.
I wanna get a
It
burner
is
phone.
about
It sounded like
closure.
you were gonna give the
Kinda.
the final explanation for why you don't believe in closure, and then you just started talking about something totally
It
different.
did
I don't
feel
know,
like
I'm all
that.
jacked up
But
on this
now
Vietnamese
but
iced
now-
coffee.
Now I'm kind of remembering that this does kind of relate. We did.
I want to
talk
get a
about-
burner phone, and you guys can call me, and I'll maybe answer sometimes. I won't, but I'm pretty not busy most of the time, so I'll probably answer. And I want to litigate your guys' like arguments in
Is this a
relationships or
woman's hair,
friendships.
or is this yours?
Could be.
Has there been a
either
woman
One.
on here?
No,
No.
Julian. It could be Julian.
Oh, that's
True. It could be
Save that.
Julian.
Put that in the
That
bag.
could be one of his beard hairs.
I want to get a burner phone.
Okay,
that
but how are we
people
going to
can call.
turn that into content? I feel like it would be better
It's
if people
not.
left
It's
like
just
It's
for
not.
funsies.
It's just for funsies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just something I would
Just
like
for
to do
funsies.
to
Okay.
solve like arguments between girlfriend and boyfriend or friends. I will tell people who's right in the situation because I think I have a pretty good judge on right and wrong in arguments when
Jesus Christ.
it doesn't come to me. You know.
Yeah.
He'll care more than he should
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
He will care. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
closure's fake. Don't
I don't think
fall
anybody's
for that
gonna
unless
call
you're
in,
into
dude.
that like toxic cycle. Because if that's what you're looking to get out of it, then go for it.
I think that closure could probably be done responsibly. I just think that if at the moment
Why
that,
though?
I've
What's even
tried.
the
Okay.
point?
I've tried like a closure type thing one time. Did not
we're
help.
too. This is my. I think we're all too. We're at a phase in life. I think where closure is probably not a solution that is required for most situations. Because like, okay, say that you're like, I don't know, and okay, say
If you
guys,
bleep it, it might sound worse.
say you
25
guys
wasn't
have,
that bad.
no, we'll bleep the whole thing. Say you.
No.
Say you guys have kids, okay, right? You have kids, and then you need to like, manage the children together.
Yeah.
Like, there needs to
Okay,
be some
ye-
kind of closure, or like
That's not
mut-
closure because there's still a full-on relationship that you have to have.
Well, there needs to be some sort of closure on the relationship that you did have. Like, there has to be some sort of
Yeah.
mutual understanding there. Because if you guys are acting like children and horny every time you see each other, it's going to get complicated. So, my thing, I think
Sounds
you
kinda
guys
cool.
are saying you don't believe in closure because for the purposes of your relationships with women, closure isn't really super necessary.
Yeah, obviously the,
Okay,
the, the way I'm framing this.
where we're
What do you
coming
mean,
from,
yeah, obviously.
Well, no,
we're coming
obviously-
from a place of nobody talks about how closure's overrated. Like we're like it's a hot take. Like we're saying closure sucks.
It's stupid.
We're not saying like this
Obviously,
is like
if there's kids involved, it's a totally different situation.
Okay, kids or not, what I'm trying to say is I think there are circumstances in which closure can be sort of beneficial.
Yeah, for sure. If there's kids involved, probably that's about it.
I think there's been times where I've been like, I would feel a little bit better if we had like, I don't know, if we were on better terms, so it didn't feel like I had like some kind of enemy in the world or something.
Yeah.
Sorry, am I
Yeah,
being
but-
too
but-
fruity
but-
right
but
now?
then
for
you're
you
a
guys?
weird
Here's
guy.
the thing.
You're-
Here's
then
the
you're
thing.
a weird
That
guy like
comes-
Dre.
To me, no. To
What?
me,
I'm
that's
talking
like,
like Dre?
that comes from like a place of like or you think that the other person can't realize that you meant well or that they think you're evil. It's like a weird insecurity thing, you know? Like I should be able to be like,
I don't
yeah,
agree with you guys on this
Things
one.
didn't end perfectly, but that doesn't mean they're a terrible person, and they should be able to think the same thing or come to a similar conclusion. You know, like
Okay, but what if-
we don't
what
need to
if,
fucking
Colin,
tell each other
what
that
if,
I'm not a
Colin,
shitty
instead
person
of
and this is
two-
why I did this.
Instead
you
of
know?
two people ruminating on their individual experiences of a situation, what if they talked and tried to find common ground and then they went their separate? I don't think
What
that's
if
crazy.
you've known somebody for years and you know how they think and you fucking like know that they're a good person and you've helped them, navigate other situations, and you can be like, oh, this fucking went shitty, but like I know how their brain kind of works. Like I'm not like a fucking. She didn't just walk out. Okay.
I need a pee too, but should we just take a break then?
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right, we'll take a
Okay.
break.
Well, yeah, that's all I had to say, really, honestly.
All right, don't include that clap in the actual video because I didn't
What
look very
were
masculine
we-
while I was
What
doing
were
it.
we just saying? Closure.
We were talking about
related?
closure, and they were,
I'm actually surprised that Joe doesn't.
We just had some sort of closure-y joke where we were like,
we had a good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
we're-
I wanted to end the
You
pod
kind of
there.
stole my joke though a little bit.
me?
No, Johnny.
What?
because we ended that conversation. We ended a conversation about closure before we had finished, and then I got up and I was like, I don't feel like I got closure on that.
Oh,
And then you said, "Oh, we should end the pod with that." And I was like, "Okay, you kind of riffed on my joke a bit there."
I'm feeling very attacked.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I'm just kind of
Okay, let's
protecting what's
just-
mine a little bit.
Let's
You-
just
you
All right,
were
no
intending on-
closure allowed.
you were
Just shut up,
intending
and you
on-
guys know like that you guys meant well.
Well,
I'm gonna have to
actually-
think about this for 6 months and
You-
try to figure out what Johnny meant
You want
when he said he was feeling attacked. Don't tell me.
You wanted to end the
Let's-
pod?
Okay, let's try.
You wanted to end the pod on that?
No,
Let's
you're not
try
understanding.
and clarify things, and then maybe one of you two will try and bang the other.
I'm down.
Perhaps. Peter's
I
here. We
have
have a
to-
Or
cameraman
maybe,
here.
this.
And
maybe,
our audio is set up nicely.
Maybe it will be mutual.
All right.
Do you guys have any topics? Because you guys haven't brought in anything.
This is.
I have a topic.
This is a classic World Genius vibe.
I know. Well, Johnny brings the topics,
We're
and
not.
then
We can't take breaks. Let's just stop with the breaks. Every time we take a break, we come back and we
I
go,
needed to pee
Peter's
so
fucking
bad,
camera
dude.
died.
Ooh,
It
I'm-
wasn't an option.
And I needed to pee.
Okay, well,
bad.
let's just start letting a guy pee, and then the other two guy goes. When
I'm
he
cool
comes
with that,
back, maybe we can talk. About
like that vibe.
Like we just keep it running.
letting people pee.
I,
Who's Taylor Swift
Dude,
dating?
we're
Peter.
not-
oh, we're
talking
not
about
doing
that.
sports. We're not doing sports. Peter just tried to bait us
Is
into
it a
talking
baseball guy?
about Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce, which we're not going to talk about. He's a football player.
Whoa, that's an interesting
But
vibe for her.
let's just say it's a big marketing scheme. Taylor Swift's a genius. It's football
Yeah.
season. She's dating a very like family friendly. I don't know.
Why
like
did
family
you
friendly.
say this, Peter? You've ruined him. You got Colin. Colin's like trying to come up with something to say about this. There's nothing to say.
It'd be
This, you know what? The only thing I can think of to say about this is how shitty X.com is. We talk about this every fucking week, but it's true. I keep opening that app and I just scroll through like discussions of people passionately discussing the most useless, mind-numbing bullshit.
No. It's not passionate discussion. That used to be Twitter. Twitter now is like engagement baiting. It's Facebookified.
Well, it's also
It's
pay to
literally
win.
like 2 times 2 divided by 2 is what? Enter in the comments. Like, that's what happened to Facebook. Facebook was a real social media platform, and then it turned into just engagement baiting, brain mashed potato shit.
You know what a crazy example
And Twitter
of this?
used to be real culture, and you only really followed the people you were following, and your experience on Twitter was basically based on whoever the fuck you followed. So people that didn't know who to follow just were like, I don't get Twitter. Twitter's stupid. And it's like, no, you have to follow these people for sports, these people for finance shit for some reason. Like like
Look
you
at
just
this, Colin.
Twitter sucks, basically.
My biggest problem with it now is that it's pay to win, and that like
See, this is it. This is Joe just showed me a thing that says, which country are you deleting? And the meme just says, delete one country from Earth. This
Dude, it's the craziest engagement tweet ever.
is literally what killed Twitter. And Elon Musk.
Show Johnny.
Elon
I don't think
Musk,
you're grasping how gnarly
yeah.
that post
No,
is.
no.
Colin.
So let's answer the question.
my biggest problem with Twitter now is that like it's all pay to win. All the replies there, it's not like the most popular reply wins. It's all the dudes that pay for Twitter. It's all the blue checks now that are just people who have randos that have paid to have it. It
Yeah.
doesn't show you like the best reply or something or the funniest reply anymore.
Yeah.
It shows you all the stupid blue checks
All
that are
the
like some of them
right-wingers.
are bots, and then and it's also like super hypocritical from from Elon, who's like trying to make things like a meritocracy, you know, like having it be pay to win. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
it-
It's
Did you see the photo of
retarded.
Elon Musk wearing the cowboy hat backwards?
No, that's cool.
He went to
though.
the border and then put on a cowboy hat backwards.
So retarded.
That
God, I
is
hate that guy.
Awesome.
That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude,
so,
this is an
No, no, no.
engagement tweet.
Them paying these creators was the worst thing they ever fucking did. They go, oh, we're paying out based on engagements, and then it's like, okay, now everything.
I get that. This is a fucking engagement
Insane.
genocide tweet.
It's a nuke tweet.
Exactly. It's all shit. That's what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah, but it's
No, I'm saying them paying creators has been a net negative across the board. Like even Tafikins, we're going back to Smash Bros again. He's like working on getting my engagements up. Like
Dude,
Twitter
all
was
retarded.
Twitter was never about engagements. It was about quality.
Dude,
and
people posted a discussion or like a question. It's funny because somebody will say like, if you had to pick between Jolly Ranchers or Skittles, one has to go. Which one are you picking? And then like you're like, oh my god, that is such an incredibly dumb question. Like, let's see what people have to say. Like there's and then you just go and there's just memes. Every
Yeah.
response, there's no discussion
Dude,
that's even happening. It's all just, dude. There's
it's
one
all
that
gone-
shows girls 65 kilograms and it shows a fat girl, and then it says boys 65 kilograms and it's a skinny guy. Like that's where we're at.
I'm just kidding.
It's funny because
Colin's
all
losing
of
it.
Twitter
I
now
hope,
is
I hope we have limiters on. That was insane what I just did.
all of Twitter now is like how like porn Twitter used to be, where like girls would post photo revealing photos and be like, if I took you out on a date, would you fuck me after? And
Are you
it's just
coming in my
dudes-
eyes
Yeah.
or on my legs?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how all of Twitter is now.
I
just
kind
went
of
with
got pissed off at reading
The
a lot
fight
of
videos
those.
got better.
The fight videos are so good.
I-
If you want
Oh,
to see videos
still.
of people dying, it did get better. And for a while, when Elon first took over, I go, dude,
This is
I'm
kind of
just
awesome.
seeing robberies gone wrong, fights,
People
They know what
driving
to show Colin.
Puerto Rican moped.
People driving
assaults.
cars off of buildings.
Yeah,
I saw one of
I was
those.
just seeing. I was
Awesome.
seeing just cool shit all the
Yeah.
time. I was like, okay, this is freedom of speech. I can get behind that. And now it's just shit. Like all the cool
Dude, there will
cultural
be like
elements of Twitter.
a video of a girl or like a guy like driving off of a building and like just like a gnarly OnlyFans girl in the comments like, my bad, I was giving him road dome. Or
Dude,
just
it's
insane.
so
Like
sick.
I got annoyed and then I like there is something kind of to be appreciated about it, and that it is just like the
They're
fucking
actually replying.
well, it's like the Wild West, dude. Like everybody's just commenting with their own like they all just want to promote their own shit. Like it's all like just an attempt to redirect attention
Yes.
back to their shit.
Yeah.
Which does produce some like kind of funny shit, but overall it's like definitely way fucking worse.
There's also like people OnlyFans baiting will go off
Yeah.
of they'll just like see what's a pretty popular reply in there and then they'll post the same thing. I don't know if it's a bot that does it.
Sometimes it's just
No,
ass
it's
and
like
tits on
one
there.
dude that does it for like 50
All these
girls'
girls,
accounts.
that's-
It's like
yeah.
There was a lot in the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey stuff. There were girls just being like, "I'd let him fuck me" or whatever. It's like, oh well,
Okay.
very nice,
Yeah.
very cool. It's just crazy that you're trying to see some conversation
Yeah.
and you just have to hack through the weeds.
You know what's
of,
really
it's,
funny?
It's
Okay.
all blue check marks that they like. You don't see like the funniest shit that like everyone thought was hilarious anymore. You see all these blue check mark freaks at the top, and then you have to scroll down past the blue check marks. There's not a it's literally you have to scroll past everyone who pays for Twitter till you see a single reply
we
from
should
someone who
start
doesn't.
genuinely replying. We
pay
should
for
be the
Twitter.
change. Anyways, we should also buy the blue check marks and then be the change so people see. But anyways, this is something that's actually pissed me off just today on Twitter. So there was this girl that posted a TikTok where she exposed SZA. She like
Oh, I
posted a
didn't watch
SZA
that, but I saw
meme
that.
where it was like she was recreating a SZA. It was like she wrote like fuck SZA or something on her phone like while she was at the concert. It's like a
I don't know
meme.
who SZA is.
Okay, well that's fine.
I know
that doesn't
I
matter.
know that she's a,
that
a
doesn't
popular
matter.
artist.
Basically, this girl who's like 19 like made a SZA meme while she was at a concert that apparently SZA doesn't like, and she went into her own tagged photos, found this girl, tagged her on her story, and was like that's hurtful. She like went into her DMs and started harassing her, and she like left a nasty comment on this like 19-year-old girl's Instagram, and then was like DMing her back and forth, saying it's like
I'd
this
like
is-
to see these DMs.
Yeah, we can pull these up, but
I'd
basically,
like to see
like
these.
me watching this video, I'm just like, why the fuck does SZA care? First of all, and this is just psychotic behavior. And then I went into the replies, and people are like, "Lol, this girl really thought that this video was gonna do something, but she's just posting harmful stuff." And like it's this these female fan bases, or also the K-pop groups, like they have these like hive mind bases where if you ever slander somebody that they like, they'll just come in like all bombard the comment section, acting like you're so wrong. This is so stupid. SZA's just being human. It's just bizarre. Like I think SZA looked so bad in just like if somebody hated on me, I have like 900 followers on Instagram. I'm not gonna fucking be in your DMs.
Can we get Colin to 1,000 for God's sake?
I think I can
we do
provide
that?
some insight on
Jesus
this mystery.
Christ.
Dude, sometimes, okay, since I am nearly
People
as
are
famous.
scared to follow me because I have under 1,000 followers. If I had over 1,000 followers, they'd be like,
Let's
"Oh,
get Colin.
I'm not one of a small number of people. Like this
what's your
isn't like
at?
somebody's. It's my name, man. It's my name,
at Colin Hoff.
Huffy.
Hoffy.
I go by
Hoffy.
what? Joe is
Is it Hoff or Hoffy?
I tried to say
Coffee.
something and you
Coffee.
talked over me.
okay. Well, we're
You're
talking
drunk.
about me.
The problem is you're drunk and I'm not.
Okay. Well,
wish I was
I'm
drunk.
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I think the reason SZA got all upset is sometimes, like I'm saying, so I'm very famous too, like SZA, like I was saying,
Me too. but yeah.
and
Also me.
sometimes you just have like a fucking breaking point, you go a little crazy, and then like one person's giving you shit, and you just want to talk shit to them. And I think as a celebrity, it's easy to say like, well, why do you care? Why does it matter? But at the same time, like, dude, if you're gonna like, you should have the right to throw some
Narcissist.
shots back when you want.
Yeah, you're right.
I think you should be able to clap back.
TikTok did give a platform to the little guy that you're shitting on. Like
Well,
you should be able, as the big guy, you should be able to.
It
just
implies like that a
trash
famous
can
person
some 200
has to be like
follower every
altruistic
once
in
a
every
while.
situation. It's like, dude, if enough people are talking shit and you just want to pick one, like some girl is viral or whatever, like I feel like you can clap
Yeah, but
back.
you know that it's kind of cringe because you know who's the king of doing that is Hassan. Like he has a talent for finding
Right.
one comment that like disagrees with him out of his chat, and he like goes off on tangents, and it's real cringe. I think it is
Yeah.
cringe. It's like almost the concept of punching down.
I
where
think,
like
but okay, SZA
That's a
gets-
different
SZA
conversation,
gets,
I think.
like dragged almost never like by an average person. Like
I don't know. I
seriously.
don't know what happens
in her
to SZA.
own little world. She probably deals with haters, but she also probably deals with 99 to 99.7% positive shit. Like, and the thing that
That's
she
most famous people.
yeah, but SZA in general is even more positively receptive.
I don't like her music very much, and
She's
I would,
overrated as fuck.
yeah. Yeah,
Dude,
I've never
why
heard a
does your mic
song.
keep running away from you?
I don't know, man.
He's the king. He was the one that like wanted us to hover all around a mic forever. Like that was Colin's
Look.
dream, is that we all hovered around a mic forever
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
for
tighten
some
the
reason.
fuck-
Everything that
thing.
we're doing right now was my actual dream, and everything we were doing before was your guys' dream.
Oh my god!
I don't know what the fuck
Hey,
you're talking
Hey
about.
guys, I fucking love you guys.
I love you too, bro.
This is awesome.
This is awesome.
This has
okay,
changed
wait,
my
Joe,
life.
what were you gonna say though that was gonna get me over 1,000 followers? Because I'm interested
I wasn't
in
gonna
that.
say
No,
something.
he
that
was on
gonna
a
get-
to a completely
I was
different
gonna
topic.
talk about the thing that you brought up.
Oh, I
brought up your
I
followers.
thought you were gonna say this is how we're gonna get you over 1,000 followers, and then I interrupted you, and I was like, "Oh, shouldn't have done that. Fuck, this could have been big for me."
I know how to get followers, Colin.
okay.
Put some respect on my name, dude.
How do you do it, man? Just tell me.
How you can get 1,000? I think you need, dude. You need to start.
I can tell
fucking-
you.
I think we're.
I can tell you how I know I can get in 1,000.
I have an idea already.
And 1,000,
You want to hear
I
my
said.
idea? I'll tell you my idea.
I'll tell you what my idea is first.
This guy's off.
Well,
his
my
rocker.
idea is not going to be as good as yours.
He
so I
just
should probably
he just
give-
went through. I should not have interrupted your idea, and I'm like, I got an idea. He's like, hang
Hold
on,
on,
let
let
me
me
tell
interrupt
you
your
my
idea
idea.
real
Let me tell you about a little something
I have a
I'm
really
thinking about.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get pretty close with just that shout out
your
that we just
idea.
did.
Let's
Okay, we'll
hear your-
compare. We'll compare.
The first time I shouted out my Instagram, it was at the beginning of a podcast episode. It went really well.
All right. Well, too
Go
late
ahead.
for that because we're deep in the fucking weeds
That's the problem. Everybody that's listening is already still following me.
here. Okay. Here's my idea. Okay, Colin, you do a vlog at work, a day in the life of Colin, like TikTok.
On my IG story.
No, TikTok style, and then you upload it as a reel, and then World Genius reposts the reel from your personal account on our story.
And I could do that because I'm the
You don't
guy
like
that
that idea,
reposts
Johnny?
stuff on World Genius Instagram.
You don't like that idea?
Dude, I don't know what you even said.
Okay.
He posts a reel on
No,
on
all
Tik-
right. Here's
He
Dude,
the
these
posts a-
guys are not
Okay,
influencers,
okay,
TikTok?
man.
Joe,
No,
I will
I'm not.
say
I
the
fucking-
exact problem with what you just said, which is where I'm in this weird limbo right now with 900 followers. If I was at 3,000 followers, I could just do whatever the fuck I wanted. But right now, the ratio
Dude,
of
you're
real
talking like
life
Colin. You're getting drunk and you're talking like
Okay, but the ratios are fucked up. I need more fans following me so I can do more content for the fans instead of still kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm still pleasing these people that have been following me since 2014.
How does this have anything to do with what I said?
Because I'm not comfortable.
What the fuck, man?
This is
You get
some,
what I'm
like,
saying,
He's
right?
like borderline like politician responses.
No, this is I know,
you know?
this is like a
It's so
historic
fucking
calling
funny.
off the rails
It's so
episode.
fucking funny.
Dude, you remind me of my mom right now, dude.
What?
You remind me of my mom.
Because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're non-answers.
There's-
They're,
I
like
just want you
political
to
answers.
understand that 900 followers is just a weird place to be
I
as
get
far
it.
as creating content
Dude,
goes.
I get it. They skipped the
See,
iPhone
he
9.
gave you an idea of like
Oh, that was cool. He
Dude,
said
he's
they
saying
skipped iPhone
9 is a
9.
weird number. I'm telling I get it. They skipped they went 8 to 10 because 9 is a bad
900
place.
followers. It's
I've been at-
so
yeah.
hard to get somebody to follow you when you have 900 followers.
6,000 is also.
I'll tell you
apparently a
something
weird
I do.
number, too.
I'll admit this to you, Colin. I keep my private Instagram at 10,000 followers. I'm like, that's a nice round number. And then when people unfollow me, when it dips below, I let more people in. I let more people. That's how I just keep it. I just keep it going.
I wish we just got right into this
Do you
instead
want
of
me- do
talking
you wanna
about
use my
baseball
phone,
and Game
Peter?
of Thrones. No, he's doing some sort of weird bookmarking thing.
The camera's dead.
No, it's still going, but it's
low.
dying.
Okay, here, take this.
Take my wallet.
Just in case we don't resolve this issue anytime soon, we're gonna need a
Oh.
backup camera.
Well, yeah, we'll have like a new camera, but
Colin, you'll get to. I think after this
might wanna
whole
do it on
conversation,
2,
enough
Peter,
people
or
are going
3,
to want
the
to
Zoom.
never hear us talk about
All right,
this.
can we do a weird? Can you somehow edit this into the beginning? Do like an impulsive style thing where
flash
it's like
forward?
flash forward
to
where
Colin
it's
just
us-
being like, I'm uncomfortable.
I'm a follower. I'm
don't-
uncomfortable.
Episode of World Genius.
Yeah.
The problem with 900 followers.
If I had more than 900 followers, everything would be awesome. It really would. It really would. I'm not.
You want that
fucking lying.
1,000. We need to get Colin to 4 digits.
We need Colin at
That
1,000. That would be so awesome.
I think he's going to start acting different. I think he's
It's-
going to go a little
that's
Joffrey
why
style.
I
on
wanna-
us.
He started acting different like after we started doing the pod. I think when we started, he was at like 200 something, 300.
Was it like 400?
He's
I
got
gained
he's-
500.
You've
I've been
dou-
doing this.
Oh,
For,
you've more than doubled your follower count.
yeah. It really.
Andrew's Jared. Andrew, what are you
Oh yeah,
at?
Andrew. We'll figure. Well, hey,
500s?
Andrew. Once we get me into like an astronomical number, you're just. It's you will follow. Like, let me pave the road here.
The pipeline. This is so
Peter's
funny.
last in line.
Yeah.
Peter. I mean, there's gonna be a point where people are just gonna follow anything
Related to. Dude, that's like when I get
Peter,
Man-
flip that camera around
Not
for a
yet.
quick
when I
second.
get Manson followers, I'm like, I've got to be the 10th person that they fucking follow.
That's a true fan.
Yeah, that is a crazy
They
person.
they AI searched your face
Yeah.
from when he was getting kicked out of his
Yeah.
house.
Well, he would tag me and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he would tag me as
That's
police
nice.
officers' penises and stuff like that at music
It
festivals
wasn't
and
so
whatnot.
bad. When is he going to
It
trial?
wasn't so bad.
I-
It wasn't so bad. When's he going to trial?
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be like a trial thing. I don't know. Who knows?
Hopefully.
He lives
We'll
in.
see.
He's my neighbor.
Yeah, he's your neighbor.
He's my neighbor. He lives in Glendale.
Yeah.
Did he leave?
Did you think
That was
Glendale,
a
Arizona?
that was a
Is that what you
treatment
thought?
thing that you
When you
went
heard
to.
Glendale, did you think Glendale, Arizona?
I wonder if any
One
of our podcast listeners are like trickle down Manson fans. That'd be interesting. Probably not. maybe one.
You guys don't even know what we're talking about because Johnny keeps it all a secret. But if you like, if you,
I think I've
if
talked
you-
about it before.
You start
Have I
piecing
not?
things together, you can figure out Johnny's past, and it's very bizarre.
I've mentioned it
No,
twice.
Johnny's got all these secrets you guys don't know about.
You want to tell one?
Do you want to?
I'm a blade.
wants-
I'm a master
I
of the
wanted to
blade.
say we had this good joke before the podcast even started when Johnny was talking about dealing in secrets, and we were saying it would be funny to like use gigabytes as currency.
Oh, gigabyte.
Like
Saying
I
it.
require 1 million gigabytes as payment.
I deal in information, and I required gigabytes.
There you go. That would be funny. That's something we
Yeah.
could do. All right. Should we wrap this?
Let's wrap it.
All
This
right.
was a beautiful first episode with our legit setup.
Andrew, play
It's
some of those
only-
sound bites, those preloaded ones.
Is there like a burr, 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 burr?
Yeah, play that intro music.
All right, guys.
Let us know if you can hear us. Oh.
Yeah, probably not.
Just do
Does
it.
it do both at the same time?
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
outro music?
We didn't play it during the intro though, did we? Oh, my idea, guys. I said we should all walk into this song. That would have been.
Should we
cool.
walk out?
I'm down to walk
All right,
out.
let's get out of here.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh yeah, 20% off at Ranch Spirits, guys. Tell them World Genius sent you.